Good morning, everyone. I'm getting Twitch set up. Mind y'all, I didn't even go live last night on Twitch when I did the message about the other thing. So I'm behind y'all, just setting up Twitch. Shit. Y'all. Alright. So, hold on. Oh, so much. Alright, y'all. Let's see what we got going on here. So, a lot happening. A lot is happening, and a lot is happening. So, let's see what's happening. So, just so we're all clear, I got permission for this thing right here, what we're about to discuss. Because nobody's not going to believe that I'm not talking about them. Like, literally, it's the strangest piece of shit that I've ever seen in my life. But it's been happening this whole time, and I've been telling people it's happening because people think that I'll be specifically talking about them. Meanwhile, this shit is happening to so many more people than even we know. And whatever's happening at this moment is fucking definitely out of control. Because I was up in the middle of the night talking to a young lady and her mother. And mind you, I did a lot of spiritual counselings yesterday. Like, yesterday was an amazing day. It was a really good day. But something was happening to where I was channeling all types of stuff, right? Some of it made my fucking stomach hurt. And why that was happening, I don't know. So we gonna get into it, and like I said, I'm gonna give y'all the name because I got permission to give y'all the name because of the fact that what I'm about to say, somebody's gonna think I'm talking to them. Meanwhile, this shit can't be made up. I know these names relate to somebody else. And it's a weird ass thing, but judge your mammy, okay? So let's go to the first thing. I gotta sign up. I'm gonna log into I feel like I'm gonna go to do I want to go to TikTok? I think I want to go to TikTok. So let's see. Can I log into TikTok? All right. Let me see if I can go to the Spirit Light Worker channel on TikTok. That would be great. If not, we'll go to Instagram and call it a day. So, because I don't want to do too much. What the fuck?
Picture of Connie Sandy.
Oh, I'm cracking up. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so over there I can't go live, so we got to go to Spirit Light Worker Instagram. I don't have. Can y'all go follow my TikTok on Spirit Light Worker, please? Because and thank you, because literally I don't got enough followers other to go over there on TikTok, so I can't go live over there. But I can go live on Spirit Light Worker on Instagram. So we just gonna do that and call it a day. All right, so the person that paused due to poor connection. Oh, let's see. Maybe this might be the problem. It's in the collective. So the person that I'm speaking of is a part of the collective. She don't care if I give her name. Her name is Rosalind. She's a 219. I met Rosalind when I first started my channel back in 2019. So she's been a part of my collective for a very, very long time. She's not new here. She's been here and she's been a permanent fixture. So not to give too much of her business, but yesterday, I did a spiritual situation with her, right? Which was funny because I had already been channeling something that was happening that I didn't realize pertained to her because of the fact that, hey, Aaron, beautiful, I love you. I didn't realize that it pertained to her because the names that kept coming up didn't. I know they also correlate with somebody else, but the funny part is these names are weird because they keep coming up in accordance to somebody else. And somebody had been pulling my energy. This particular person, it was weird also because they were not in my energy, the other day, but all of a sudden they're back in my energy and it was weird. Hey, Aaron, beautiful, I love you. Hey, Dream Sequoia, good morning, I love you. Hey, Athena, good morning, I love you. Happy Monday, everyone. Something is happening with Instagram. It's saying poor connection. Don't ask me why that is because connection seems fine. But as y'all know, there's something happening to where somebody is intentionally or could be potentially blocking my internet. There was an incident and they're talking about some strange man that is in my or that was in my backyard. Not sure if the person's still there. I wasn't concerned, as y'all know. I was concerned, but last night I did, go to sleep. Because, we just going to make sure we know that people are here and we going to proceed the way we need to proceed. But, so, sending all the love back. I've been feeling a type of way, y'all, but it feels projecting. I'm hanging on strong. I'm just busy out into prayer. Okay, I just bust out into prayer. Okay. Oh, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, because thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Excuse me. God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting the hardships as pathways to peace, taking as he did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it, trusting that he will make all things right if I surrender to his will. God, I surrender. That I may be reasonably happy in this lifetime and supremely happy with him in the next, forever. Amen. All right, and then the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of the righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. All right, so I told y'all, hey, Blue Skull, good morning. Blue Skull says my dog keeps barking at a shadow and my yard won't come until the female dogs do. Hey, good morning, Desiree. I told y'all last week I pull up to my yard and God said it's time to go. I didn't question. I said, okay. I started making arrangements for it to be time to go, all right? Because I don't question when God tells me anything. All right. So I get a phone call yesterday. I was out and my neighbor is on the phone and my neighbor is saying, where are you? I said, I'm not home. There's a guy that I just saw standing in your backyard. He said he was back there doing some work on his side of the property, and all of a sudden he noticed a strange man, a white man. Hey Danielle. He said the man tried to hide from him. So he hid behind a tree. So he said he stopped what he was doing and he started watching. He said I was packing my pistol, so I'm watching him. But I got my wife to go call the police. So he kept an eye on the guy while his wife was calling the police. Long story short, the cops took hours to get here, which is a sign of something as well. By the time the cops got here, I had already made it back to the house. My son was here, so I called my son and I told my son make sure the doors are locked because, you know, I don't know what's happening. So y'all all know there was somebody that was at my house. This young lady in particular kept saying something didn't feel right to her because she didn't like being at the house by herself. And I'm saying, you're fine. Access to this house is very limited. If you know where I live at, there's no way a person could gain access to my backyard all willy-nilly. It has to be intentional for anybody to be back here. So now certain things are starting to make sense. So I've been saying that my internet has been being blocked. I leave my bathroom window open. So that was one of the reasons why the young lady was saying that she didn't feel comfortable, because I leave my bedroom, bedroom and my bathroom window are normally locked. Are normally open because I got big glass windows, and access to my yard is none. So at this point, I don't know how long that man's been back there. I don't know what he saw or what he could have seen. All I know is there should have been nobody back there. Okay. The other night, I went out in my backyard. And if you know me, I walk all the way to the back of my yard in pitch black darkness. It's never been a problem because my yard, my house, everything is peaceful. But for some reason, this particular night, I walked back there and something told me to go in the house. Like my intuition said, go in the house. But I didn't understand. I've never felt uncomfortable at my own house. Now, the moment I started to feel uncomfortable at my house was because I was separating from a person. And then a lot of weird, strange stuff started to happen around here, which made no sense. It was almost like initially when I glitched, a lot of my information was being given to the internet. And I was trying to figure out how tarot readers, random ass bitches, had my information in their mouth. It was almost as if like they were talking directly to me. How did they get the information? So the way I was talking, it was being designed to make me look crazy. But also what was happening was set up and designed to make me go crazy. But I'm a strong-minded, strong-willed person. Things have to make sense to me. I start screen recording. I start snapping pictures of things. All right. So I kept telling everybody something's not right. Like, I don't know what's happening, but when I got told to sit back here, because I started my channel in 2019, I told y'all I met Roslyn and I met, it's another one. His name is Tyron. He has a channel here on YouTube as well. Tyron is also a 219. Mind y'all, I have never met so many people with my birthday ever in life. Ever. Growing up, I was the only person I knew with my birthday. The first person I met with my birthday is a man that's on my Facebook, and I forgot what his name is, but he's linked to my stepmom's husband some type of way. But I swear, I want to say that his name is Anthony, but it's weird because my dad's name is Anthony as well. And y'all walk with me because y'all get ready to hear these names. And these names are going to sound very familiar to a lot of y'all, but they're familiar to everybody. Okay? So, now, at the time when I got told to come back here in 2022, because my ascension took place 2021, the end of 2021, December, going into January 2022. All right. Hey, Queen, how are you? Hey, Miss Kelly, good morning. Miss Kelly, I got your message. I loved it, and thank you. So my ascension was taking place during that time. But at that time was also when I was being made to look very, very crazy and very strange. Because something was happening where I was tied to several people that I didn't know. I was watching a girl that was on YouTube target me and my son and didn't know why. It was a tarot reader. Mind you, the girl's back. And she ain't the same as when she started targeting me. Like, literally, this girl has spiraled, like, way, way down. Mind you, hey, Papa Daddy. Mind y'all, when I got told to sit and watch, I got told, literally, to sit, watch, do not engage. Just listen. So, because apparently I had been behind whatever was already happening. Because the tarot readers had already been engaged in whatever was taking place. But I wasn't doing tarot at the time. I was working in my big truck. Mind you, because I was working in my big truck, I was going from Georgia to Florida. I had plenty of time to sit and listen because that's all I was doing, was driving. So in the process of that, I started to notice that a lot of these women were glitching. Why? I didn't understand. How is it that everybody was going through almost the same kind of, and as I told y'all before, it ended up being like group delusion. It made no sense. How would that have been triggered? Because we talked about it probably about a week ago on the channel. Because somebody was saying that, you know, maybe I was a little crazy or a little weird. Did you have a CDL? Yes, I have a CDL. I have a CDL and I had a trucking company for over 10 years. So at the time I was doing my trucking company because of the fact that, mind you, when I started trucking, I started with 6 trucks. So I was driving. And at this time I had lost all the drivers, all the trucks, everything, because somebody at this point in time was controlling the strings. Now, y'all can come up with your own, you know, perception of things. But I'm going to tell y'all, at the time when I went in trucking, I was dating a man. His initials are CT. I'm going to just say that. And freaking Twitch just went down. So I'm going to set Twitch back up because it's important that I have all the platforms up, okay? So that person's name was CT. So that person... Okay, hold on. Because I need to explain to y'all some things in the process of this. Alright, so Twitch went down, but we're going to set it back up. So that person's name was CT, okay? Now, CT, I met CT on my way. I only got a class C because I like the dispensaries out west. And you started with 6. That's big. Thank you, Neve. So God is so good, y'all. I'm so glad we got you on the good one side. I needed to hear this, but let me be quiet and listen, period. All right, I love it. Thank you. So Athena says she started hot shotting in 2021 for a while. So, and I'm only just reading y'all comments because the fact that I'm trying to wait for Twitch to come back up so I can go ahead and pop them back into the system so that way they don't miss nothing. So CT's family is from Florida, okay? So just so y'all know. CT is how I got into trucking because CT, I met this person, literally they snatched me up off the side of the road. It was weird and random, but they were following me. And so long story short, I got moved from Dover, Delaware to Dallas, Texas in 2010. I was told to move. Like literally God said, move. And again, I tell y'all, when God say move, I move just like that. Like I don't waste no time. So in 2010, I was told to move. You need to go because literally y'all, I was basically spiraling out of control. So that was a real thing. Hold on, y'all. I'm setting up Twitch behind y'all. All right, Twitch is back up just so y'all know. All right, so in 2010, I was told to go. So what happened was I packed up my whole entire house, then called my dad. He lived in Dallas, and I moved to Dallas. I packed my car up, took my boys, and I left. All right, so CT, when I left my boys there, I had to come back to Delaware because I hadn't packed up my whole entire house, and I needed to get my older kids situated. So y'all, this is going back some years. So this is a cycle that when I tell y'all, y'all don't want to get caught up in bullshit ass cycles because a lot of y'all are about to get caught up in a cycle right now that y'all should not even want to attempt to do or go through. So this is about to be a 10-year cycle that I'm about to tell y'all about. And again, y'all take it how it resonates for y'all and everybody listening. Don't nobody take offense to this because at the end of the day, it may sound like I'm talking to you, and I am talking to you, but I'm talking to a whole lot more than you because literally, again, these names are going to sound like I'm talking to y'all. So I come back to Delaware. My kids are still in Dallas. I got to go pack up my house, and I'm going back to, she said, if the shoe fits, period. So I got to go back to Dallas. So on my way back to Delaware, a guy pulls me over because what happened was it's 24 hours from Texas, from Dallas, Texas to Dover, Delaware. And if y'all don't know where Delaware is, it's where your president's from, where Biden is from. It's only 3 counties in the damn city, Newcastle County, Kent County, and Sussex County. You can drive from one side of Delaware to the other side of Delaware in probably less than 3 hours. It's next to Virginia, Philadelphia, Maryland, okay? That's Delaware. And yes, there is a lot of damn black people there, okay? Because, you know, I'm black and I live there. But there's a lot of black people there. And also, Newcastle County used to be on the murder list of the United States. Even though it's so small, a lot of people tend to come there because back in the day, a lot of drug dealing, you know, dudes would always be on 95. A lot of people that are locked up right now in Delaware is not even from Delaware, okay? So take it how it resonates for you. But that's Delaware in a nutshell. Delaware is a beautiful place to live, or was a beautiful place to live at that time, because growing up, we didn't lock doors. Like, it wasn't a thing. Or I didn't think it was a thing. My mom may think it was a thing, but it wasn't a thing, okay? So Danielle said, okay, be more in the building, period. All right, so this man, I fell asleep at the truck stop because literally I was exhausted. I was doing a lot. And if you know me and if you don't know me, I have been an adventurer my whole entire life. I'll get in the car. I would take a map because back then it wasn't no damn cell phones. I knew how to read a map. And I could pinpoint where I was to a fucking map, okay? So that was a thing that really existed. I know a lot of y'all don't know nothing about no damn map or trying to, get across the United States with a map. But I took a map and I would be by myself, okay? So I fell asleep at a truck stop. By the time I woke up, I was ready to get back on the road. So I get back on the road. As I get a couple miles down the road, this truck driver starts to pull me over. But mind you, we were in traffic anyway. So the truck driver, because I was confused, like, nigga, why are you trying to pull me over? I thought something was wrong with my car. Okay. Y'all do not do this at home because this is probably about to be the weirdest story y'all ever heard. But literally this whole time, God was talking to me. It was the strangest thing. And I told y'all, I came into this realm active, so I would do shit that most people probably, wouldn't understand or wouldn't think, made any sense, but it made sense, okay? So, what happens next, I pull over. The guy pulls over. He had his big truck, and nothing was on it. So the guy says, I need to talk to you because I've been watching you. I watched you the whole time you was at that truck stop, and I need to talk to you. So can you go with me? And I'm like, you got to be dumb. Like, you literally are stupid because ain't no fucking way I'm getting in your truck and going nowhere with you. But then something said, call your mom and your dad. So I called my mom and my dad. And I told the guy, give me his ID. Which y'all still don't try this at home, because guess what? Made no difference. Because you'll find out later, long story short, that the ID wasn't real either. And y'all know truck drivers get your ass missing, okay? So I called my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad gets on the phone and they go crazy. Mind you, I'm a grown-ass woman at this point in time. But they go crazy. Because they are like, who the fuck is that? And yo, why are you talking to my child? Okay, so we sends the ID to my mom and my dad. They done already cussed this nigga out. He takes and he puts my car on the back of his truck. I get in his truck. We leave. So we're talking. And he proceeds to tell me what God told him. But mind you, God already talking to me about this person, right? So I ain't said nothing. I'm just listening. So the man says, God told him to help me. The man didn't even know what was happening in my life at all, period. So something happens, y'all. He's driving, and mind y'all, I said I had just pulled over from a truck stop. I had just woke up. Somehow, I fall asleep in this person's truck. Now, God was with me the whole entire way, y'all, because literally, I could have been dead. Just so y'all know. But I fell asleep. So when I woke up, we were now, well, first of all, we stopped and we had lunch because this is where we was talking at. We stopped, we had lunch. By the time we got done having lunch, we got back in the road on the truck and we were talking still. So, and he was telling me everything that was happening and everything that he was hearing, and I told him what was happening and what was happening. So by the time we got back to the truck and leaving, I fell asleep. When I woke up, we were damn near in Virginia, which was great for me because now I didn't have to go, that far, but we were close to Delaware line is where he took me to. From, I think I met this man in Tennessee, okay? So, and that's a couple of hours away. So he proceeds to let me know that he will come and take his tractor trailer and move all of my stuff to Texas. Okay? That recently happened to me, just not in a trucker situation, but why do I come around some and all of a sudden I slip into a 45-minute coma nap? I get worried for a multitude of reasons. Well, you know that God ain't gonna let nothing happen to you as well, but this is also where trusting your discernment is very much important, because again, he told me what God said to him, but God was already talking to me as well. But mind y'all, again, y'all listen to the story. The story is dangerous as fuck, but you know, it don't turn out dangerous until now. Okay? How about that? All right, so I wakes up. He is now getting ready to pull over to pull my car off of the, mind you, the man never touched me, never even came into contact with me the whole entire time. We was just talking, okay? Well, even when we had dinner, nothing transpired, okay? Just so everybody's all clear. This man was given strict assignment. He was told to help me and do not touch me. That was what was given. Help her, don't touch her. He told me himself. Just so y'all know. So he takes my car off the lift and almost dropped it a little bit. But anyway, long story short, neither here nor there. This man did not look like what he is. Because, you know, he turns out to be something different than what he is. Anyway, takes my car off the lift. He told me he would meet me in Delaware. He would pick up my stuff. He would bring my stuff to Dallas, Texas. All I had to do was go there, pack it up. He would get it. That's what happened. I went there, packed it up. He came in. He put it all in his tractor trailer. I left, and I went to Dallas. So about a week or two later, mind you, he stayed in contact with me the whole entire time. This man sent me money and everything because, mind you, when I was moving there, I was moving there to do, I'm a licensed medical assistant, right, at the time. And so when I moved there, I was moving there because I was doing a job where I was getting ready to get paid $25 an hour. And in 2010, that was, you know, a good amount of money, okay? Miss Kelly. So I get to Dallas and I'm living at my dad's house. He brings in my stuff. We put my stuff in storage. Mind you, this man is paying for all of it. Okay? Just so we're clear. I'll leave right after, but I hear you. And I'm glad you hear and share because my life makes me feel like I make it up. And I'm like, you can't make this shit up. No, you can't make this shit up because all this shit was happening. This is real shit. So the man brings my stuff. He pays for all my shit to get put where it needs to be. So, and he keeps talking to me the whole entire time. Mind you, the man, I'm working, but the man is still sending me money, right? Again, ain't touched me. I ain't said nothing, 2 words to this man. So then my children's father decides that he wants to come out to Dallas, and now he wants his family back, yada, 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 because I was married to this nigga at the time. So he comes out to Dallas, which is the reason why I keep telling y'all, don't take nobody back. Everybody's on assignment. You can do what thou will, but I promise you, don't take nobody back. That's why when y'all people keep telling me, this is my soulmate, no the fuck it ain't. No, it ain't. If you went through some shit with these people, twin flame. Soulmate, maybe, because lessons and things of that nature. So soulmate could be. But twin flame, hell to the no. Ain't nobody y'all are dating and went through no type of shit with y'all soulmate. So y'all can take with that what y'all will. But I promise you, you're going to get fucked up every time for taking these old people back. Because it's definitely a soulmate. And they definitely here to teach your ass a lesson. And you're going to keep going through some karmic ass lessons every fucking time. If they already been on the list, cut them off. Again, do what thou will, but I'm trying to tell you how you about to fast track this shit, okay? So take the lesson or don't. Welcome to Earth School. But if you already engaged with them, they were only a soulmate. Let them go. It's over. It's done. Trust me. I ain't sitting in front of y'all to lie to y'all. I don't got no reason to lie to y'all. And the faster y'all get it, the faster we get to the next assignment. Because excuse me, I just had a meeting last night with a child that says we're running out of time. Mind you, that child is right because I already been feeling it. So whatever's happening, we're running the fuck out of time. And it's because a lot of y'all don't want to know y'all gifts, don't want to tap into y'all gifts, y'all not listening, and some of y'all ain't giving the message, and the message is supposed to be given. So a lot of y'all is about to go through some weird ass shit anyway because the message has to be given. It's important to the collective. We're all a part of the collective. And if you don't give out the message, your ass is about to be stuck on the other side of what's about to happen. So take it how it resonates. And again, I ain't got no fucking reason to lie to y'all. I ain't got no reason to even sit here and tell y'all this shit other than the fact that I got told to sit here and tell y'all this. Okay? And why it's being shown two-factor authentication. So somebody two-factor authentication. BBC, good morning. Welcome. I like to present 10 years proving your point. 3 of them awakened, so no excuse. And period. We went from 2 steps up to 2 steps back real quick. You're motherfucking right. And it's because the messages are not being given the way they're supposed to be given because everybody thinks that they're in the process. Ooh, I got this. Bitch, you ain't got it. And I promise y'all ain't got it. Y'all about to set your ass back in a 10-year cycle. Or whatever the cycle was for you. 10, 3, 7, 5. Whatever the fuck it is. Your ass is about to go through it again. And you're about to be stuck in a location, in a place that you don't want to be stuck at. So take it how it resonates because, again, I ain't got no reason to fucking lie to y'all. The faster I get y'all on the right track, the faster everything takes place. Like this. All right. I'm about to make t-shirts, girl. I'm blue in the face with it, period. All right. So, the man, I invite the baby daddy, the husband, here. Mind you, to get gaslit. Because the person was still talking to their past person, but now they want in on my new life because guess what? My new life is very promising. But I should have known not to let the person in on my new life. But at the time I didn't get it. So I'm about to walk y'all through some karmic cycles and lessons, okay? So, baby daddy number 2 of the 2 last boys comes. I end up getting arrested because I put my hands on this nigga because he put his hands on me, but meanwhile made it look like it was me, but the whole while gaslighting and touching me. But when I snapped, I went way too far, and now it took a fucking my daddy, his wife, and some other forces of God to try to get me off of this nigga because I basically blacked the fuck out and I was tired. So when the cops are being called, by my dad's wife, y'all, everything aligned the way it needed to align because I never was supposed to be in jail ever. Ever. And if you get me sent to jail, bitch, you don't got to worry about it. So what God was doing was making sure that I was never going to revisit that situation ever. Because there's certain things in my life that if you do that, bitch, I'm never talking to you ever again. You don't even got to worry about it. So me going to jail was definitely one of the things. So I spent 2 days in a county because the police didn't know that this nigga was putting his hands on me. The police only knew that when the call was being made, I was the person that they heard being the aggressor. And at that point in time, I was damn sure aggressing because I was going to put this nigga in where the fuck he needed to be. Because don't put your hands on me. I'm tired of you putting your hands on me. I had snapped. Either way, long story short, now I'm in a yellow nightgown in the county, cold as fuck. Okay. So by the time I get out of jail, this nigga done flew back to Delaware to the bitch that he was talking to. My kids are with my dad. He didn't give a fuck. And now I got a record that I got to figure out how to get off because I just told y'all I was a licensed medical assistant. And if y'all know anything about medical, you cannot have physical altercations, offensive touching, none of that shit on your record. So inserts the man, because guess what? When I'm in jail, guess who my dad and them called to bail me out of jail? So my dad and them did the paperwork. The man that I met along the way is the one that sent the money. Go figure. because God was already lining up things the way that it was supposed to have be lined up. Okay? Okay. So, I get out of jail. Hi, Lala. So, I get out of jail, and now I need an attorney because that case has to get kicked out because of the fact that I can't have that on my record. That would fuck up my whole entire life. So, the man that I met on the road sends in money for my attorney. The man also now sends in money because the man is saying, you need to move. So I'm saying I can't afford to move. The man said, don't worry about it. You're going to move anyway. So I'm going to send you this money. Okay. So he sends me the money. I gets an attorney. He also, sends me the money for moving. So I find a location, and I had moved to, it's right around the street from my dad's house because I wasn't from Texas. My dad was, and it was called Lancaster. That's where I moved to, Lancaster, Texas. Lancaster, Texas. I didn't like Lancaster, Texas because Lancaster it was a small community, but the house had these big ass roaches that they call water bugs, and when it rained, they would come inside the house. I didn't like that. So hell to the no. So I start saying something to, mind you, something weird happens at this house because literally, if y'all have been in Texas, Texas has hurricanes that sound like fucking aliens coming out of the sky. I'm not used to that. I'm from Delaware. We didn't have that type of shit happening. So, and they fly. Yes, Athena, they fly. So one night I woke up because the windows was shaking on the house. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I gotta go to my dad's house. My son at the time, RJ, is the middle child, but he was very young. He probably was about 13 maybe at the time. Tells me, Mom, we can't go outside. I'm gonna stay woke with you. So a child stayed woke with me to make sure that I was okay because I wanted to just get out of the house and go to my dad's house because I didn't know what the fuck happened. The thing is, if we had went outside, we would have probably died because what happened was there was a big ass 1,000-year-old tree that was beside the house that had now fallen on some stuff to the side, but my dad's neighborhood was fucked up. So where I was going to get protection was fucked up. My house was untouched, or my apartment, or whatever the fuck they was. Either way, long story short, the man ends up disappeared. So I'm trying to figure out where the guy is. He's gone. So what happened with him was he ended up getting thrown in jail. I don't know what he did because I never really found out. But anyway, this was during the ice storm that they had. And I don't know if y'all remember when the Super Bowl was in Dallas. And so this was during that time. He had disappeared. All right. So right behind that, about a month or two later, he ends up showing back up. Right. And so I told him what happened. He says, find you a house. And this time, find a nice house and a nice community. And you're moving. Again, mind you, I had already had enough money to pay my bills. So even when he wasn't there, he had already gave me enough money to pay my bills in the house. Because mind you, I paid none of the bills. So I moved to another location. Mind you, y'all, this house is beautiful. It is a single family house. A house like I've never ever lived in, ever. And mind you, sent me all the money to move in, all the money to get started. Set me up in a way that was crazy. So my car that I had was an Acura TL. It was older, it was green, but I love my Acura TL. So my Acura TL had started throwing the check engine signal on it. The man says, get you a brand new car. And no, don't go and fucking get a used car. He said, go and get a brand new car. And also, while we're at it, let's fix your credit. So he hires a company to fix my credit, which was shit. You know, people got paid for nothing because in the end, I fixed my own credit. The company that was supposed to fix it did the initial whatever they could do, but then they did nothing. So how I learned to fix credit, and this is for anybody, if you need your credit fixed, the first thing you can do, if you can't get a credit card, get a secure credit card for $200 to $250. and use that to buy your gas and your food, whatever you're going to use, and keep paying on that card. Within 3 months, I actually sent more money to that card and I had it up to $500. Within 6 months, they sent me all my money back and sent me a regular credit card. So I had started fixing my own credit. I'm letting y'all know right now, because then it gets deeper, because literally my credit was fucking outstanding and I did all this shit myself, okay? So the guy, I get a brand new car, a Nissan Rogue. Didn't really like the Rogue, but I love the Rogue. It was the first brand new car, literally straight off the lot, that I ever had. Mind you, now I live in, it was called, what is it called? I think it starts with that. Either way, I moved off 20. Literally off 20. Mind you, right now where I live is off 20. So I moved from 20 on the West Coast to 20 on the East Coast. I kid y'all not. Shit's crazy. All right. So what ends up happening next is, you know, neither here nor there, but either way, this is how the shit starts to play out. So the man now pays for me to get a divorce because, you know, I need a divorce from the nigga that got me sent to jail. So the case gets thrown out. I got they ended up doing something to where, since I was a first time offender, as long as I didn't get in trouble any other way, then basically my record would stay, you know, clean. The shit would get thrown out. Everything was good. So now, mind you, we're almost a year or two, because I moved it to Georgia in 2012. So I'm gonna speed up the process because, you know, we don't got a whole lot of time. Anyway, by this time, things are happening that probably was against what he was supposed to have done, okay? But mind you, the first time. So, because you remember, he said God told him to help me without touching me. But mind you, this man is, like, paying how he weigh. Like, because, again, he was in trucking. So, paid for the house, but now this time it's Christmas. So this man shows up during Christmas time. Mind you, I didn't have a Christmas tree, didn't have anything. And the man had told me to quit my job, but I didn't trust it. So I'm going to let y'all know right now, I was still working on the side, but I damn sure didn't tell him, okay? So that was one of the things, because the man is saying, quit your job, you need to deal with your kids. Which was the right thing, but y'all, I didn't trust that shit. So why would I do that? And I just went through school for this shit, so why would I do that? But anyway, I cut back my hours, so I did do that. So he's saying quit your job. So the man shows up now, and the man is tired, I guess. So the man shows up, he gives me an envelope this thick, and I'm not lying to y'all. All $100 bills. So there's every almost bit of maybe $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. I don't even know how much, because he had already started giving me money out of the envelope soon as he showed up. Okay. So he hands me the envelope. This man passes out. And mind you, this man slept for 3 days. Like, I kid you not, this man woke up to eat, and that was it. But mind you, when this man would come and visit me, I would already have this man's bathwater ran, because I would have to pick him up from the place down the street, and because he would always have his big truck. And this is where I started getting fascinated with trucks, because one day he showed up, and I don't know if y'all seen them big Tonka trucks that look like they are larger than a house. He had one of them on the back of his truck, and I touched it. Like, literally, I was just walking around in amazement. I was astounded that a truck and a trailer could carry this shit, because it didn't seem like it should. The truck that it was carrying was so much smaller than the actual vehicle. It was weird. Anyway, so I was in love. All right, so I started asking, you know, questions about trucking, because now I'm interested, because how the fuck are you giving me money like this? But also my dad is saying, this nigga damn sure got to be a drug dealer, because ain't no fucking way he's giving you this amount of money. But he was giving me that amount of money. So he tells me, go get the kids a Christmas tree and buy whatever you want. So when I went into my house, I think I had just my couch set and that was it. But literally everything had been bought brand new anyway. So literally brand new TVs, brand new everything, okay? So the man says, go and buy you a Christmas tree. Buy your kids a Christmas tree. And don't buy no little ass tree, because this nigga is definitely upgrading me right now, okay? Oh yeah, listen. When I was in trucking, that shit, I had one load, $25,000. Like literally, I got the documents and paperwork still to show you. I had another load, $32,000. Like, and this dude made this shit overnight. I called this nigga the rainmaker because he made it rain fucking money. Mind you, man didn't look nothing like what he did. It was weird. The nigga looked homeless. Mind you, this nigga made it rain money. Okay. So I go by the biggest tree I could find, y'all. Mind you, the biggest tree I could find still looks small in the space where it was. But my kids ain't never had a tree like this size. And it was young. So mind you, tree had nothing under it. We got the tree in. We got the stuff to get the tree together. And that was it. So now he says, take this and go buy whatever the fuck you want. Mind you, he goes to sleep. And when I say he went to sleep, I mean the nigga went to sleep for 3 fucking days. I kid you not. The nigga was tired. So by the time I went and took the kids, they went and bought whatever the fuck they wanted. So it was a beautiful time, okay? Long story short, by the end of the time, something ain't right because now it's some strange shit happening because, mind you, strange shit has started happening there. Somebody heavy haul them big ass trucks and like heavy equipment, like 100,000 pound shit, like weigh everything you needed a permit for, Papa Daddy. So somebody started going through my trash. I'm thinking it was the lady behind the house. But mind you, I'm still talking to this nigga, the nigga that I was just, married to because of the fact that that was my best friend. So, but we weren't, nothing was happening. Somehow, even in the process, when I was dating this nigga, the one that I was just married to, there was a guy that I had a security guard at the time because when I was with him, he gave me a person that stayed with me all the time because he kept saying whatever was happening, he didn't want nothing bad to happen to me. So there's that. Mind you, this is the same nigga that I got in trouble for with God, basically, because I did something and God said you wasn't supposed to do that, right? So I lost gifts, spiritual gifts at the time, because this dude used to call me his seer, okay? So I lost spiritual gifts fucking with this guy. So I had left from Delaware to Texas, but somehow there was a rumor circulating that I took something from this dude and left, which wasn't true. So I don't know who started that rumor, but it was never true. So I'm laughing with him because I'm talking to the guy like, who started that and what happened? Now that I think about it, probably was his bitch ass, okay? Because, niggas be wanting to feel important. Anyway, long story short, I was sitting, this is before I even traded in my Acura. I was sitting in my car at my son's school. And we were in DeSoto at the time. So my kids went to DeSoto school in Texas. So I was sitting in my car, and all of a sudden, this big nigga walks up on me. I look up, and it's the nigga Tommy. Mind you, Tommy is who was my security guard at the time. I used to be with Tommy all the time. I would be with Tommy and waiting for my boyfriend at the time to show up. So Tommy was the one that drove me. Tommy was the one that took me to the mall. Tommy was the one that I was with all the time, okay? So there's that. Either way, Tommy walks up on me. And I'm saying, what the fuck are you doing here? Because mind you, I'm in a different state. How are you here, sir? And why are you here? It was strange. But Tommy is now at my kid's school. Come to find out, Tommy moved, and Tommy moved to the same location. Tommy's kids went to the same school my kids went to. Now, how the fuck is that even happening? That didn't make sense because nobody knew where I was. But apparently somebody knew who I was. Anyway, so fast forward back to now. Somebody's going through my trash. I wake up one day in the middle of a storm, and I don't know if the door had just been blown open or something, but literally my door is wide awake in the middle of wide open in the middle of a storm. Something didn't seem right up in the attic. Like it was weird. All right. So something was happening. So now I'm deciding that something is taking place and now I need to move. either way, the man is now talking to me about moving to Atlanta because you need to move and I need you closer to me because now this is where the weird, man, my rumor was I took $37 from some lady I met through a friend trainer, just hilarious. Yeah, I didn't understand where the shit came from. It was weird because literally I'm still talking to the same nigga that they saying I took money from and left. Meanwhile, this nigga ain't have no money like that for me to take. And mind you, I'm dealing with a nigga that basically is giving me whatever the fuck I want. Mind you, at this time, I hadn't been like going on. I went a couple places or whatever, but never really like the vacations that I started taking with this dude because, and mind you, the dude was not with me. The dude would send me money and say, "Take your kids to Disney." And I'm saying, I'm not spending this money to go to Disney. Yes, you are. Don't spend it on nothing else. Go to Disney. Like that's the type. And then once I started doing that, I started getting used to doing that, and then it was different. So I didn't have a problem in going on vacation. But initially, when this person was telling me go on vacation, I didn't want to spend money on going on vacation because I thought that was a waste of money. But when I started, whereas $100 seemed like a lot to me, it started to be like $1,000 wasn't nothing. I could spend $1,000 and it wouldn't mean nothing. So I started elevating this person. Whenever they went anywhere with me, they opened doors, they made sure I knew how a lady was supposed to be treated. Like this person was definitely upgrading me in all the right ways. Okay, so out of like the 2 years that I lived in Dallas, I probably seen this person, I really want to say maybe 4 times, like literally, but a couple of them times it was like, the couple of days they would stay or whatever. But I think we literally probably ever had sex once or twice. But meanwhile, remember that was a violation because God told him to help me and not touch me. Period. That was the assignment. And it could have been my fault because maybe, I started to kind of press the issue or whatever. It sounds like Jean Paul Wildchild shaking my head. Ended up being asked ever voodoo and all. Okay, so listen, all right, because I'm going to tell y'all some stuff. Remember, CT family is from Florida. But mind you, I'm starting to learn things about CT because CT's ID that he gave me, remember from the beginning, was fictitious. CT grew up in a time when trucking didn't have a CDL. CT also family is from trucking, so that was a thing. And somehow CT got a driver's license when he was only 16. So all the documentation had been fictitious anyway. Okay, so there's that. So that's why I'm saying, y'all, discernment was a thing that God was telling me the whole entire time, but then again, violations had started to take place. All right, so what happens was when he gave me the whole envelope of money, y'all be mindful that I had already had a run-in one time with the Treasury Department, so I checked all my money. So all the money was real, just so y'all know. But I have a thing with money now because I got to make sure I check it because the men in black came to my door one time, okay? So, and for real. And they already told me, don't have no more problems with this because, bitch, that's going to be your ass. You got away with it the first time, but mind you, I hadn't had nothing to do with it. It just happened to be a thing where the nigga, my baby daddy, the last one, gave me money, and it happened to come from somebody that found that they ended up finding out was related to me, so it looked weird, but I had never even met the person that gave the money, so it was even more weird. So the last day that the person is getting ready to be there, all of a sudden it's some knocking on the door. And I'm saying, who the fuck is that? Because don't nobody know where I live. And the only person that comes to my house is my dad. And my dad had a key, and my dad would just show up randomly. So my dad ain't knocking on no fucking doors. And my dad knew that the person was there, so my dad wasn't coming over unless he called me while the person was there. So the person saying, don't answer the door. Because, don't answer the door. And I'm saying, okay. So I'm taking the person. And the way that house was built was you could pull up to the front, but the driveway and the fucking, the garage was in the back where I parked my car at. So as the person was knocking on the front door, we were moving out the back. So I take him to his truck, drops him off. All right, all of a sudden my phone and everything starts going crazy because now there's a wife. Go figure. And all of a sudden she figured out that all this money is now coming up missing because now it's being directed in my direction, which I'm confused as to how, as a wife, you didn't realize that all of this money was missing from the beginning. So long story short, what ended up happening was he had lied to her and told her that he had opened a branch in Texas, and that apparently I was getting ready to be the secretary of whatever was happening. Wasn't my business because I knew nothing about whatever was taking place anyway. So that's how this man got all of this money in my direction, okay? Because it was a new company, new business, which he wasn't wrong, because what ended up happening was he now says, I need you to move to Atlanta. Because what happened was once she found out about all the stuff, she decided that I'm not going to do shit. So now he's teaching me how to do the paperwork. So he's sending me the contracts, and now I'm filling out the paperwork. So, mind you, I think at this time I was probably about maybe 30 or something. I think somewhere around there. So he's sending me all the documentation. I'm learning how to do the paperwork. He's walking me through all the shit. So now he says, I need you to move to Atlanta. So what happens is God now puts in me, go, because I'm about to turn your life around. Because what happened was the guy comes and the guy says, I'm about to sell this truck. So the truck is worth $14,000. I'm going to give you all the money. So I started calculating in my brain, like, do I just want $14,000 or do I just want the truck? Everybody is telling me not to move to Atlanta. So what happens is I start flying into Atlanta. So I start flying into Atlanta. I start scouting where I'm about to move to. So in Atlanta during that time, the school districts was messed up. A lot of them had lost their accreditation. So it was either Gwinnett County for me to move to, or it was Newton County or Rockdale County. All right. So Gwinnett County is like overly priced for no fucking reason. And on top of that, it was just, where a lot of black people was moving to because it was like a thing. I didn't really want to be around a lot of black people, and in the area that I'm in, I'm around a lot of black people, but they're island people, okay? There's a difference. So now I come in and I stayed here for like 2 weeks, mind you, because that's how long he needed me to stay here. So whatever was happening between him and the situation, what he ended up explaining to me was that they were going through a divorce, and they were in transition. Mind you, he had walked me through my divorce and my transition. He paid for my attorney and everything. So it wasn't unbelievable or far-fetched, okay? So I believed him. And why would I not? The man basically like did so much shit. Like, why the fuck would you be lying about anything else? So what ended up happening was I flew in. I stayed at the Sheraton over by the airport. Don't ask me how my bill had got ran up, because literally I was there for days, and you would expect for hotels to pay the somebody just friend requested me or just followed me on Twitch, but I mean on TikTok, but I know it's not the person. Literally that screams this bitch that I know from back home. Because even the way the name looks, it looks just like her fucking name. Bitches be weird. Either way, so somehow my bill was up or something, because it was almost like they let me just stay there. I don't know what happened. Anyway, somehow now the wife is there downstairs paying for my hotel room. Y'all, it was like the weirdest set of shit, because I didn't understand what was happening with them. It was weird, but I wasn't going to ask because it wasn't my business. I just stayed out of it. So after I leave here, I fly back to Dallas, and then I get my kids. They pack up all my stuff. So he sends a shipping company to pack up my whole entire house. So I didn't have to pack up nothing. He sends a shipping company. They pack up my house. He comes into town, and now he drives me and my kids, because me and my sons ended up coming back again, and we stayed here probably for like almost 3 weeks, because we were driving around trying to find the house. We end up going back. By the time we got back, he had the shipping company there. They was packing up my stuff. Now he comes in to drive me and the kids over here. So the house that I found in Georgia was beautiful. Like, y'all, beautiful. This lady was an island lady. Her name was Sandra. Y'all, these names are important, so just know it, all right? Because probably something to do with y'all. The lady's name was Sandra. So Sandra was an island lady. And mind you, Sandra still checks on me. Sandra's on my TikTok. Sandra's a beautiful lady. Sandra moves out of her house because she was doing elderly care at the time. So she moved out of her house and allowed me to move in it. Beautiful fucking house. And I mean, the house that I lived in Texas was nice. This one was a little bit smaller, but it was fucking beautiful, okay? So now he pays for all the stuff again. Something was happening because everybody kept saying, like, don't move to Texas, don't move to Atlanta, don't move to Atlanta, don't move to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta. Literally, y'all, when I moved to Atlanta, shit started changing, okay? So let me walk y'all through this real fast, because again, we got to get to where we going. Because it says, Pisces, return to the scene of the crime, trying to throw you off the trail. So we got to start from the beginning in order to walk our way, because literally this goes for all of y'all as to why whatever is happening right now. Because the killer and the criminals always return to the scene of the crime, okay? Olima Kiss, that was me, and you and I don't know each other, and I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. You asked us to follow you. Okay, well, thank you, but you are giving me major vibes and, you know, of somebody else, because that name, or maybe it just was supposed to trigger, is related to a girl named Okima, and all you did was look like you put the K at the bottom, and that would be her name. So I don't know how you did that, or if that's your real name, but it's related to a bitch from back where I'm from. So everything is important, which also is probably part of return to the crime scene, trying to throw you off the trail. Okay, so I can't take it back. That's the vibe you gave me. So, and I don't know how you would be able to do that, because that's literally her name. So take it how it resonates. So either way, now I'm in Georgia. And 2 weeks into me being into Georgia, the shit hit the fucking fan. All right, so he says he has this truck that he wants to sell for $14,000. I'm going to give you all the money. I say, I don't want the $14,000. Can I just have the truck? That's how I got into trucking, y'all. So can I have the truck? He looks at me. You want the truck? Yes. Because my mom raised me to be, oh, okay. But see, look how her name, she said her real name is Denise. But how did she do that? Because again, everything gets put into the system. And that is a real person that I know. I don't know her, but that name correlates to somebody that I would know, that I read the universe. The universe is saying it would be Okima, okay? So there's that. So apparently important to the system, because again, they all return to the scene of the crime. So now he's very much intrigued, because why would you want to know how to learn trucking? Because why would I only want $14,000 when I can learn how to make fucking everything? No, worry, bunny, no. So he gives me the truck. I fill out my documentation for my DOT. Mind you, he was thankful that I wanted to do it anyway, because at the time, the bitch had started to act up. And so now she decided that she was going to shut down a company, because she didn't like the fact that he had been trying to help me, or he had been helping me, and now she didn't appreciate it, which she had every right, because I wouldn't fucking appreciate that shit either. But again, be mindful that the man is telling me that they're going through a divorce, and they really had started the proceedings of a divorce. So what was I supposed to do? All right. So the deal was, when I moved to Georgia, I was supposed to move by myself. He was not supposed to be living with me at all, period. But somehow when I moved to Georgia, all of a sudden everything changed. Like, why are you here, sir? So this is where part of the issue came in at. Because again, be mindful. God said, help her, don't touch her. You're only supposed to help her. The touching had already begun. So he takes, and within 2 weeks of me being here, I start my paperwork. Now some weird shit starts to happen because him and her is now going through court proceedings. And I can't remember if I had already had the truck and everything up and running, like, at this point in time, because I know I filled out the documents. I had to wait for the time period for the DOT to go through. And then once you do that, they need the insurance and everything else. So you pay for the insurance and then you start getting put on the road. So once your DOT is brand new, you barely get any runs because a lot of people don't like working with brand new companies, but they will, take a risk on you. Some of them will. The thing is that because he had been in trucking for so long, he already had a lot of brokers that already knew him. So because he ended up swapping and now working for my company, okay? Because somehow he ended up over here and I was confused. Anyway, trust your intuition because this is what happened. So they're going to court. They had already started divorce proceedings. But something when he came back was strange. This nigga took and tried to kiss me in my mouth. Somehow I did a dip move because literally, but I had never done that to him. Be mindful that my energy does a response thing to people. Hi, King. So when he tried to kiss me in my mouth, I moved. What the fuck was that? Anyway, long story short, what happens is she texts and says that while they was at court, he had her sitting in the middle of the console eating her pussy. But my spirit knew, don't let that nigga put his mouth on your mouth, okay? So later on that night, and I guess this is the thing, because the lady started calling and saying shit to me, right? I've never been that type. Like, that's not my problem. That's between you and that man. So I don't know what's happening. And a lot of people may not like this, but at the end of the day, I don't owe this bitch shit. And no, I wouldn't have wanted anything done to me remotely in that way. And so, again, be mindful. This person paid for my divorce. So I understand how divorces and people will, go back and forth and do certain things. I wasn't getting involved. So when she called me saying, oh, he did this, that, and the third, I asked her, why are you telling me? Like, if that's still your husband, why are you calling me telling me that you fucking your husband? Because I ain't never called you and told you when I fucked him. So apparently I was the bad guy, but literally, why are you calling me? Because again, now I'm being smart, but I wasn't being smart. I was telling the truth. You're calling me, you should be fucking him if that's your husband. Why are you calling apparently the side bitch? Because, apparently I was a side bitch and didn't know, but did in the end. Why would you call the side bitch and tell the side bitch that you're fucking your husband? That's weird. So either way, while she's talking, he's right here. So I'm telling her, you do realize this nigga's right here, right? And I'm not stopping nobody from going anywhere. And the fact of the matter is the man wasn't even supposed to be at my house anyway. Somehow, this is just what happened. I was here because literally I came here to work and start a company. Somehow everything took a left and a turn because she started doing weird shit. And I'm saying, why are you doing that, lady? Like, if you want your whatever it is. But mind you, the funny part was this lady didn't want this man until she realized I was around. Excuse me. Because everything she had started doing was to make sure that she wasn't with this person. So now what she's doing is, trying to play in my face, but I'm never going to let no bitch play in my face because I ain't never put no nigga out behind fucking with no bitch, and I never would because at the end of the day, why the fuck I'm going to put this nigga out for him to go play with your little dirty ass again? I'm not doing that. And I'm never calling no bitch about my man because literally, nigga, you is the problem, not her. So that was a real thing. All right, so all of this shit going left, and I'm trying to figure out, like, how the fuck, mind you, I never had no problems with this man ever at all, period, because remember, I just told y'all everything that he was doing. When I got here, everything went haywire. All right, so DOT goes through. We start to put the trucks on the shit, because now the trucks come, and everything is just going fast, because literally I got fast tracked. The trucks was already here. My truck was the main one that actually had got started, and now I got a bunch of other trucks that just showed up because of the fact that this man is now attached to me. So now we're doing this, okay? We're working together. The thing is all the trucks were under my DOT. Something started happening, because now the person thinking that I'm new, and the way I work is when I get involved in something, I do all the research. So now I'm with my Aunt Darlene. My Aunt Darlene is the one that helps me out right now with everything, has been helping me with everything. So I call my Aunt Darlene, and my Aunt Darlene, I'm telling my Aunt Darlene, I got to do these things. So she starts studying the shit that I'm studying, because now I got this trucking company, and I got to figure out how this shit work, because the nigga that I'm with started back in 1902. They know how to bootleg like a motherfucker, and this is under my name. So my trucking company was under my name. I'm never going to let nobody ruin my name, because my name is all I got. Okay, that's what God gave me. That was my blessing at birth. So now this person is upset because I'm not letting him run my trucking company the way that he's used to running trucking companies, because literally I'm very much hands-on on my shit, and you're not going to just get me involved in, anything. So I start telling him, and this is where a lot of y'all need to learn, the 48 laws of power is a real fucking thing. Never outshine the teacher, because as much as that book is a manipulation, the shit is a real fucking thing. So I fucked up. I started outshining the teacher, because now I'm teaching the teacher, you can't do that. This is not legal. This is not legal. And this is not legal. The nigga is mad because he's saying, I'm going to do it anyway. No, the fuck you not. Not under my name, you not. So this is what happened. He used to deal with a lot of like African people and some other shit. And long story short, again, because again, we got to speed up. We already an hour and something into this shit, it looked like. So long story short, one day I show up, all the trucks are loaded. Mind you, ain't no paperwork came through me, none of the above. So I starts removing my name off of trucks and things, because you're not getting ready to run this shit down to, he said it was going to the port. I don't know where the fuck it's going, because I didn't get any of the documentation. All I know is I show up, it's 6 trucks, all of them fully loaded. Where the fuck are they going? Yeah, you're not using my shit. I start stripping everything off the motherfucking trucks. Mind you, it's just me. So I should have been afraid, because I'm down on a fucking lot with a gang of fucking niggas. But God has never put a fear of nothing, because, bitch, you bleed like I do. In the same way you think you can hurt me, bitch, I'm not going to let nobody hurt me. So I start stripping the names off the truck. The other truck, I'll be down here to get it, because, it was my truck. So I'm going to come and get it. But let me tell y'all how quickly things changed overnight, okay? So by the next day, and all it took was a night, and y'all wondering how your life can fucking change overnight, let me show you. So this nigga was pissed, because, bitch, I done took everything, scratched the stickers off, everything, because, bitch, I don't know what y'all are doing, and it looked a little shiesty, and I ain't letting it happen. Mind you, heavy haul equipment is not supposed to run at nighttime unless it's permanent to run at nighttime, and it wasn't no fucking permits. This nigga stayed doing a bunch of weird, random-ass shit. All right, so by the next day, I had called my aunt, and I told my aunt what happened. She says, we gonna send a tow truck, because at this time I didn't even know how to drive I didn't have a CDL. I didn't know nothing about how to drive no trucks or nothing, okay? So by the next day, we get down there, all the trucks are gone. Every single one of them. My truck, though, was sitting there like it had been to the chop shop. And when I say look like it had been to the chop shop, y'all ain't seen no shit like this before in y'all fucking life. Like, literally, the truck had rust. Like, they had either swapped parts of another truck or whatever. Truck looked like it had never been on the road ever. And he was gone. Mind you, I'm in Georgia now. I don't have no family here. I moved here because of that guy and me getting ready to start my company. But God is God. So when God tells you to help somebody or for you to do something, you fucking do it. And it don't matter what you thinking about who you are or how you are. When God tell you to do something, you fucking do it. But they thought they had me. So when I get down there, it's just me. And now I got the title to the truck though. The little guy, his name is Henry. He's down there. And the guy, Henry, you know, is a little short, stocky motherfucker. He about as tall as I am, but he thick like a fucking pit bull with a big ass neck. And he has lots of trucks, pretty ones too. But they all fucking, you know, whatever the fuck they are. So, because he always gets stopped by DOT all the time. And then they kept saying that his shit was fucked up. And they all got bitch problems. So a lot of truckers, all of them got bitch problems. And I don't care what nobody say. So take it how it resonates for you. Hey, Classy Pisces. Hey, Moneyville. All right. So I called the police. Matter of fact, or maybe he called the police because he called the police. So there's that. He called the police. He locked the gate when I got down there, which you don't lock no gate on nobody because y'all do realize that's kidnapping. So what he didn't realize was that he had just created his first offense because technically you try to kidnap me. You locked the gate and wouldn't let me out. Okay. Either way, I wasn't leaving no way. So he tells me he calls the fucking police. Good, because I got the title. So now he's on the phone talking to Charles or CT. Okay. So there's that. He's on the phone talking to him, and he's telling him not to let me leave. I mean, not to let me take the truck. So what happens is the police get down there, and the police ask who has the title. I do. It's right here. Well, she has the right to take her truck. So, you know, did Auntie Darling come to the truck shop too? No, not. It was just me by myself. She was on the phone. So they take... Hey, love, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Keep preaching to the choir. Okay. So now the police tells him that they can't stop me from taking the truck because the truck is actually mine and I have the title to it. So I takes the truck and we, the tow truck driver takes it to their location because now the truck is fucked up. There's nothing I can do with the truck. Okay. All right. So the thing is, the truck was insured. So we call the insurance company because after I get it from down there, now I got to deal with this other shit because now, mind you, I'm in Georgia. I don't have no truck. I don't have no money. And the nigga that, you know, I came here for is now trying to fuck me in a big major way. And, you know, everybody's saying, oh, I told you not to move to Georgia. I don't give a fuck about that because I was told to move to Georgia. Okay. So I can hear loud and clear. So y'all, even when things look fucked up, just know that if you did the right thing, and even though there was offenses being created here in this still process, but guess what? God don't play about me. So the truck gets taken to the fucking, to the impound, and now the insurance guy comes in. The insurance guy comes in, some weird man from Tennessee, little white guy. It was weird because he didn't seem like he was trying to help me at all, period. Because what ended up happening was he needed to speak to the driver because the way that the truck looked, they saying there ain't no way this truck could have been on the road. Mind you, this truck was on the road. So, mind you, I got documentation because remember, each load has paperwork with it, okay? So I'm showing him that this is the truck, but what ends up happening was now CT and the wife have now got together and they done teamed up acting like they're a happy couple. And now they're saying that I'm a deranged, jealous girlfriend and that the truck was never on the road and I'm lying to get the insurance claim. So the insurance company gives me the bare minimum for the truck. I think it was like $10,000, okay? All right. And I keep telling y'all, God don't play about me, right? So every offense that gets created, guess what happens? You're going to pay for that, okay? So now, because I get the insurance money, and what ends up happening now is my aunt flies in from out of town. And when my aunt comes in from out of town, my aunt brings me $20,000 in cash. Because my aunt says, oh, I know you're going to be able to do it, so I trust you with my money. So my aunt brings me $20,000 in cash, and me and my aunt go and start looking for me a truck and a trailer. So me and my aunt, we looking around, we go to a couple different places, we find me a flatbed trailer, Found me a truck, $7,000. Okay? So now I get the truck on the road, I get the trailer on the road, I find me a driver. So because I was new, I was doing everything through service companies. And there's a service company called Hire Right, I think. And they literally will run all your driver's documentation and everything fucking for you, okay? So I call them. We come up with this guy. The guy's name, I'm going to just say is D, all right? So we're going to say Daniel, all right? So the guy's name is that. So what ends up happening is Daniel, I hired Daniel. Daniel's supposed to be ex-security, yada, 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 okay? Ex-police. He's a black guy. Daniel seemed like a good fit because this nigga can't get the police on his side, can he? All right, truck goes out for first run. First run. Daniel ends up missing with my vehicle. My vehicle, now here's another insurance claim. Within my first 6 months of trucking, I now have 2 insurance claims. Because the first truck got chopped down, the second truck comes up missing. Mind you, it has a load of wood on it from fucking one of the trucking companies. And now these people are pissed because where the fuck is they load? I don't know. And I don't know how this shit was happening. All right, so now they find the truck. I hires another driver because now they got to go to Florida to pick up my truck. Cost me $3,000 to go get a truck picked up. And mind you, the load that was on it ain't worth shit. Mind you, I'm now kicking out money and I ain't made no money. Now, how the fuck did Daniel get compromised? We still don't know to this day. Either way, long story short, I take Daniel to court. Daniel gets off. Daniel gets off with nothing. Literally, because what he says is that he had a diabetic reaction. The truck shut down. Meanwhile, the truck had been started. The truck wasn't shut down. But that's what he tells the courthouse. So Daniel gets off and I'm just asked out. Okay. All right, so now guess what happens? God now tells CT he now got to come back to fucking fix what he did. Because, again, God will make people pay 10 times, 100 times, 100-fold the shit that they fucked up. But now he also sees that I can make it without him because how the fuck did this bitch get a truck and a trailer? And she literally started doing everything on her own. I called the brokers. I did everything all by myself. Okay? I'm amazing. How are you, Capana? All right. So what ends up happening now is now he has to come back. So now I got a new driver. This nigga name, we're going to call him HT. Okay? So HT is the second driver. He's the one that went and picked up the truck. And so now he's the one that we hired. But now CT is now back because now CT got to help fix the shit that he fucked up. So CT is now back fixing, mind you, pulled my truck in. And mind you, most people would have said, I ain't letting this nigga touch shit. But guess what? I trust God. So the nigga pulls my truck in and literally goes down the whole entire thing, gets everything right, everything ready. By the time the truck goes out, it's basically shiny, almost brand new. But mind you, this is the old truck that I paid $7,000 for, so be mindful of that. And the trailer was a 1999 Wabash trailer flatbed. All right, but anyway, he made it ready for HT to go out, all right? So during this week is a thing that happens in trucking. It's called like the service week. Is a week when DOT basically is hot everywhere and they just pull trucks in and check them and everything else. So he gets pulled into DOT. Mind you, my shit passes with flying colors. Also be mindful that I'm the only person that CT knew that basically passed my DOT inspection, because they come and they inspect all your paperwork and everything else. I'm the only one that passed it the first time, okay? Because I listened and I wrote down, I only did everything that the people said on the paperwork to do. Okay. Hey, James. All right. So now Herbert gets pulled over. Everything's good. HT. All right. Pulled over. Everything's good. So what ends up happening is something strange after that, because y'all also, it started to be a thing where some of these people ended up being little which not a problem, but after people start making a certain amount of money, they literally stop working. Like literally, it's a weird ass phenomenon. I don't know, because people know what they need to, work, but they don't know what you need to work. All right, because trucking costs a lot of fucking money. All right, so I get a phone call from this nigga boyfriend saying that apparently they on a coke binge, something, yada, yada, yada. And now the truck is parked instead of doing what it's supposed to do. Mind you, this nigga done called CT, and now they're saying, HT calls me, and he's saying, me and CT are going to run your company for you because you don't know what you're doing. No, the fuck you're not. And if you don't bring my truck back, you gonna find out that I know a little bit more than what I'm doing, and you're probably not gonna like what I'm gonna do next. Okay. So anyway, long story short, I get the truck back. This nigga gone about his business. So for some reason, everybody's looking at CT. CT is nothing but a manager, like management, like fixing on the trucks and everything else. They really didn't like the fact that I was a female, and the way, I get it. I talk to people, in certain types of ways that grown men don't like. But bitch, you work here. And so does this nigga. All y'all work here. Regardless of whether or not y'all know it or not, because at the end of the day, the paperwork is mine. So fast forward to 2 times in trucking did CT take my shit and do what he wanted to do with it, and ended up having to pay overage of, because God don't play. So when God tell you to do something, again, you need to do it. So that's what happened with that situation. So as I was with CT probably for 8 years in this house. So that's how, well, not in this house, but from the time I came here to the time I got in this house. And mind y'all, from when I first started getting ready to close on in my very first house, I told y'all that fell through and I ended up in a hotel. Mind you, CT was not with me at the time because me and him kept doing a little breakup thing and this, that, and the third. It was weird. They was definitely hating big time. And mind you, these is all grown ass men, because again, be mindful that your blessing, the blessing that you have on your life, some people will envy it. And although he can make it rain, he also saw that my blessing was my blessing, and you can't take shit from me. So at the end of the day, every time he tried to fuck up something, God made him fix it times 10. Every time. All right. So either way, I start building. Now I decide I want to buy a house, and now I'm here. So in the process, I had enough of this nigga. Okay. So that's how I even got to the next story of the next person, because I was tired of dealing with what this nigga was doing. And mind you, a lot of the times I wouldn't even see this motherfucker. He would be on the road working. So I didn't really have to deal with him. I had a lot of time to start dealing with me and start understanding who I am as a person. I wasn't dealing with nobody. I was with him, but I was home by myself. I was allowed to do whatever I wanted to do because my trucking company was running like it was supposed to be running. Everything was happening the way it was supposed to be happening. And as long as he wasn't fucking with my money, but be mindful, because now I got an idea of what type of nigga this is, because I just saw what you just did to your wife. And he kept trying to, get me to marry and this, that, and the third. Bitch, I'm never marrying you, because hell to the no. So CT is driving the truck that I'm standing behind him at when I called the other nigga, the one that I said I ended up calling saying, do you want to get married? Because me and this guy had made a, agreement that if it wasn't by a certain time me and him wasn't married, we would marry each other, because that was my friend. So, okay, now we fast forward to, everything that has already happened. Y'all know that took place, because be mindful, Pisces, they return to the scene of the crime, trying to throw you off the trail, because back to CT, family is connected in Florida. CT tells me a story as he's here that he got cursed as a child. What happened was one of the moms of one of the sons took and put something in the refrigerator. He drank it. He went crazy. So in the process of me being here, he started to do weird random shit, like literally started to be very weird. Again, it seemed like whatever was happening, something wasn't firing all the way up to the top, but it started seeming like more cursing happening again. So this person has roots in Florida that they could kind of, go tap into and do spell work. So y'all be thinking men don't do spell work. Men be doing spell work. Men be paying people to do spell work, which this person would have been the type that would do that, because they had already paid to remove some stuff off of them. All right. So in the process of me telling this person, do you want to get married? Mind you, I went from one relationship in the other one overnight. Like literally, it wasn't no space in between there. So this person, CT, has started doing shit. I had phone records of this person. They had already started messing with somebody else, but they never knew that I knew that they were even talking to the old person that they was talking to. They just thought that basically I was being stupid and I just went and started talking to this nigga. No, I had the phone records, the hair records, the this record, the that record, all the records got downloaded to my phone. Don't ask me fucking how. When God is ready to reveal some shit to you, shit will start taking place that you won't even be able to explain, because I don't know how his phone somehow downloaded to my phone. It was random and weird, okay? But either way, I had all the text messages and everything. All right, so now I'm sick of this because I'm not going to deal with you, because at the end of the day, mind you, I would never let this person, if you deal with anybody in trucking, never, ever, ever have sex with them raw, ever. That was one of the first lessons that I got told by my dad's wife's mother. She's from Louisiana. She said, never, ever sleep with that man without a condom. Ever. So if you're dealing with somebody in trucking, never, ever, ever, I don't give a fuck how you love them, how you think that they not going to do this, that, and the third. They got hoes in different area codes, period. And the bitches too. So don't trust none of it. If you like your life, don't trust it. I don't give a fuck how long you been with them. People change when they get on that road. And I don't care what they saying or how they saying it. It's women that come and knock on doors in the middle of the night. I was in the truck multiple times when this happens. They make it way too easy for shit to get done. And God forbid, when bitches outside hear that people be in trucking, it's like they just throw it at them. I've witnessed it. I've seen it. And I was out on the truck, and no, I didn't do anything. But guess what? It was easily accessible for me to do stuff, because niggas will talk to you when the minute they find out. And if I wasn't told at the time to stay to myself, guess what? You get caught up in the life. So I don't care what nobody's telling you. Don't trust it. Because even in the 1 in a million chance that they not, why would you want to put your life on a risk with it? Or your life at risk with it? Don't do it. Okay? So, thank God for that. So now introduce the last person and all the other shit, because now the glitches and everything else start. Y'all already know that story. So now we're going to fast forward to how in the middle of the night yesterday, if y'all look on the wall on Facebook, not Facebook, if y'all look in the community tab, I put a lot of stuff in there yesterday, because the first thing was talking about, and y'all, I know this shit is long, but guess what? This is how it went down. So yesterday I started channeling something about a mother being, but I said a mother's not here, but literally the person got, that was what I was getting, which was making my stomach hurt so bad. So let's see. And it started with the numbers that I was channeling. So the first number was 5522. And it could have been separate, but the number 5522 carries a profound spiritual significance as it blends the energies of both 5 and 2, which appear in a repeated sequence, amplifying their influence. Breaking the digits down, 5 represents major life changes, freedom, adaptability, and growth. It often signifies that significant shifts are occurring, or the need to occur in one's life. The presence of 2-5 suggests a heightened emphasis on these changes and urging someone to embrace new opportunities and to be open to transformation. All right? So Papa Daddy said, I'm a one-woman man, period. She and Miss Kelly said, yep, practice safety. Why can't I get before all that? I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so 2 relates to balance, harmony, partnerships, and cooperation. It encourages maintaining faith in the path ahead, trusting that all relationships and decisions are aligning for a greater purpose. Repeating 2 signify a stronger call for peace, diplomacy, and creating unity, whether in personal or professional aspects. All right. So the next one is A, and we just gonna call him AM, okay? So y'all know the nigga, because I had a channel with the nigga, but we gonna call him AM, okay? So we got CTHIAM. All right, so combined meaning of 5522. The 5522 is a message of spiritual transformation through balance. It indicates that changes 5 are necessary for finding deeper harmony in life. It might suggest that a person is at a crossroads where personal growth and adaptability will lead to more balanced, harmonious existence. The appearance of these numbers together signifies the importance of embracing change with grace, trusting in divine timing, and working harmoniously with others during this transition. Spiritually, this number could be a reminder that challenges and shifts are guiding you towards a more aligned path where peace, cooperation, and personal freedom can coexist. It's also a message of the universe or from the universe to trust the process as the changes being made are setting the stage for the future blessings, okay? Then the other number that I channeled yesterday was 1992. Mind you, because these numbers came from somewhere and then this was just what happened out of this, okay? She said they are mirroring images, 5522 and period. So the number 1992, so it could be 19 and y'all know I'm a 19 and then 92 or just the year 1992, significant or important to y'all. All right? So mind you, my son was born in 1991, so he would have been 1 year old, which he's a 13, okay? So take it how it resonates for you. All right. But mind you, excuse me, that child changed my whole entire life for the better. So the number 1992 carries a unique spiritual significance as it combines the vibrations of the number 1, 9, and 2. Here's the breakdown in spiritual meaning. So it says, the breakdown of the digits 1 represents new beginnings, leadership, independence, and the manifestation of desires. It is a sign of forging your own pathway, initiating projects, and stepping into your own power. Because literally, it also looks like the number should be 1, 9, 2. All right? So take it how it resonates. The number 9 is completion, humanitarianism, spiritual awakening, and enlightenment. It signals the end of a cycle and often points to the need for releasing what no longer serves you. With 2 9s present, this energy is amplified, suggesting a significant period of closure or personal transformation. Because be mindful, what did I tell y'all? Y'all are now getting ready to set the stage for the karma that's about to take place, because new cycle. And a lot of y'all don't realize if y'all go fucking around in old places with old people and old things, it's gonna be a setback, okay? Because that's all these people are fucking setbacks. No ands, ifs, or buts. But some of y'all got to go back because y'all got to complete the assignment. So some of y'all are going to be forced to go back. But that's because of where you are on the karmic wheel, on the cycle, the wheel of fortune. So some of y'all have to finish the assignment because that's a real thing. And whatever God is telling y'all, do it quickly. So then that way you can get finished with the shit. Hey, Russ, good morning. Hey, Janita. All right. So it says 2 embodies balance, partnerships, faith, and cooperation. It's about maintaining harmony and trusting that the universe is aligning things for your highest good. The number 2 encourages diplomacy and peaceful resolution in relationships. Because some of y'all are in the middle of a relationship right now during finishing out a karmic cycle. So it's letting you know the number 2 encourages diplomacy, peaceful resolution in relationships. But some of y'all are not going to be able to get out of this shit peaceful. Some of y'all, it's going to be turmoil because that's the way it's set up. And some of these people ain't going to let y'all just get out of a situation unscathed, okay? So be mindful. If you're in a relationship and it's not doing what it's supposed to do, it's because it's over. So figure out how to close it out as diplomatic as you can and as quickly as you can, because why the fuck do you want to go through that for the next 2, 5, 7, 10 years? If you want out and you want a better situation, fix it and fix it now. I ain't telling nobody what to do. All I'm telling you is that's how you fast track some shit. Everybody has free will. You do what thou will, because I can't tell you what to do. But I can tell you what the fuck's going to happen if you don't figure it out, and figure it out quickly, okay? All right, let me stop this from doing this because I'm sick and tired of hearing it. All right, so now, at the same time, the energy of 1 and 2 suggests that as one door closes, a new one opens, leading to fresh opportunities, personal empowerment. There's a sense of stepping into your own strength while also balancing relationships and cooperation with others on this pathway. If y'all haven't seen this, then I hate to tell y'all, but this was right in y'all face all yesterday. I know y'all probably didn't know why I was writing, but it was actually channeling, get ready, go into the next reading and everything that was taking place yesterday, okay? So, but it was already there for y'all to see. It's on the community tab. So this number may also signify that your spiritual journey is reaching new heights. So a lot of y'all are going through spiritual ascension. And as you release the old, you make space for a deeper connection, both with yourself and the divine. Trust in the process, staying open to new beginnings, and maintaining harmony in your relationships will be key to moving forward. LOL. A few times I thought it was my wind chimes. No, it was this. So in essence, 1992 is a powerful number of transformation, indicating that you're supported by the universe as you navigate both the closing of one chapter and the opening of a new, more spiritually aligned phase. Take it how it resonates. But y'all hear what is happening. Okay? So the next thing was 19 hours ago. This is where I told y'all my stomach is hurting. And it was weird because as it was happening to me, it was also happening to other people that are a part of the collective that I was talking to, because they're saying, that's funny because my stomach was hurting too. Yeah, they was probably picking me up because whatever the fuck this is was making my stomach hurt. But it could have also been a premonition to me because be mindful, there was a nigga in my backyard yesterday. All right, so it says something strange is happening and I can't shake the stinking feeling in my gut. Someone has been crying, because when I woke up yesterday, my eyes was puffy like someone had been crying. Mind you, I wasn't crying, I was asleep. But literally my eyes was puffy and my face was puffy all day yesterday, okay? So, and I was fine. So someone has been crying. A mother is no longer with us, and there's more to the story than meets the eye. And also the other thing was, somebody that was not in my energy ended up back in my energy, and I could smell that person. And I'm saying, why the fuck is this bitch back in my energy? Because to me, when the person went where they went, bitch, why are you pulling my energy? So it was bothering me because I'm saying, I don't need that person in my energy. That person can't be trusted. So why was I now being pulled again by energy that was already supposed to be released because they're doing whatever the fuck they claim they doing? And again, people don't realize the reason why you're doing anything is because, you know, shit is happening. And I'm not going to speak on nobody's situation, but literally I was annoyed because I'm saying, why is this person in my energy? So what ended up happening was I thought about the person and I said, I texted the person because I was talking to somebody, and what I told the person was, I said, I don't want that person in my energy because it's not my problem. I don't give a fuck, and I'm not looking back at nobody, period. So whatever is happening, it's not my problem, but I can feel this person pulling my energy. So why the fuck is this bitch pulling my energy again? So they was like, you would feel bad if anything happened to the person and you didn't reach out. Yes, I would. But at the end of the day, that person is choosing what the fuck they're doing. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, the person is choosing what the fuck they're doing. So what ends up happening was, and the way I think they actually even got the connection was, they took and sent me their location. But why would a person send me their location? It made no sense to me. So I said, was that intentional? Because it seemed very much intentional. Or did that mean that the person hadn't been to work? Because literally, if that means that the person hadn't been to work, then that also means that that was even more of trust your intuition. And y'all got to trust your intuition, because it's people that will get close to you and they will lie big time and try to make you think that your intuition is not the way that it was or is. But ain't no way this person has been to work if now your location sends to me. And how? So it had to have been intentional. But why would that person send me their location? It was weird. Either way, neither here nor there. So person was in Gwinnett County because it got sent to me, and I'm looking because why the fuck did you send me that? Either way, again, I have nothing against the person other than the fact that the person is a little lying-ass bitch. And why would you enter into anything pertaining to me and try to throw me off and then still be trying to pull my energy? It made no sense to me. Because, again, you're doing what you want to do. I'm not going to stop nobody from doing what they want to do. But people don't realize the reason why certain things are happening is because you get ready to get your ass pulled into another cycle that you ain't going to like. And people be showing y'all where it look like they having fun. But I sent the picture to somebody else, and literally the person said, who the fuck is that? The person don't even look the same. It's weird. So something is clearly happening. And as y'all know, people show on social media like, you know, oh, this is happening, but clearly something else is happening behind the scenes because the person is pulling the fuck out of my energy. Please stop, because I don't really care that much, okay? And I really don't want to care that much because it's not my problem. So I sent the person Good morning. Just wanted to let you know I thought about you since yesterday. I love you because at the end of the day, when I love a person, love is unconditional. I cannot like nothing that you're fucking doing and still love you. Understand? I could not give a fuck about nothing that you're doing because I just told y'all the AM nigga, I love the fuck out of this nigga. I don't give a fuck where they are and how they doing it. Bitch, stay the fuck away from me. Because you tried to hurt, harm, or endanger me. And when you try to hurt, harm, or endanger me, I don't give a fuck what you doing. And hoes ain't loyal, period, point blank. These hoes ain't loyal. They will lie in your face and act as if they are for you. Meanwhile, these bitches don't be for you. These bitches will get your ass in some shit, okay? So, Dream Sequoia said people confuse authentic love for twisted. Yeah, because at the end of the day, guess what? I can still love you and, bitch, it's not my problem. But what's about to happen next, you should want to know. So, because again, it pertains to everybody. And so when the person started pulling my energy, it made me think that what I was talking about was connected to them because the names were connected to them. So what was happening before the energy ran away or got kicked out, the energy, me and this energy used to snapshot the names and stuff that would come across the phones, right? So mind you, the names started coming back across the phone the same exact way. And mind you, I got it in my phone. So yesterday, names pertaining to this particular individual was coming across my phone. But I didn't realize it wasn't just that person that have these same names. And like I said, the person gonna think I'm talking to them, but meanwhile, I'm telling y'all that I talked to Rosalind last night and her child because literally I didn't realize the names was also attached to them. This is where it's getting ready to get creepy at, okay? So this is a real thing. So it says, the mother is no longer with us and there's more to the story than meets the eye. This situation is far from black and white. Things are not as straightforward as they seem. And mind you, so hold on, before it gets fucked up or twisted, I love the energy. So that I don't ever want the person to mistake. That's real. The behavior that's attached to the person, I don't like. So I need to be very, very clear with that because people will think that I'm mean and people will think that I am, and I don't give a fuck. So there's that. But at the end of the day, the point of it is I need for the energy to be very, very mindful that it don't have nothing to do with them. I don't dislike the person, nothing. I truly love the energy. But what the energy just tried to do was manipulate and lie. And then when they got caught in the lie, instead of them saying whatever they should have said, like, my apologies, I was not trying to throw your intuition off. I was not trying to, the person tried to help further escalate the situation by making me think that what I knew was not right. And if a person actually loves you and are on your journey, they're going to tell you the truth. So like I said, and I told y'all, they didn't like what I said online, but the thing is it was the truth, and the person triggered me because literally by that person, okay, so what the person didn't like was what I said about the mouth area. But mind you, because I had already been watching this person from the time they got here, the way I tried to take the situation or handle the situation was I suggested we just go to the doctor and let's get it checked because I didn't want to tell the person, I didn't want to say to the person, your mouth is throwing alarms to me. So maybe I should have just said that because literally what I said later, I guess, ended up triggering the person, but they didn't realize what they did triggered me because literally even the doctor said it was basically like a form of PTSD. So because I didn't like what was happening in the person's mouth area, I said, let's just go to the doctor. Let's just go get checked and, whatever. The person didn't know that I was meaning because something was being shown and it needed to be checked. So when the person stuck their tongue in my mouth, it triggered me because, ew, I didn't like that. And I had already thought something bad about the person's mouth, even though that is a different from me sliding my tongue in your mouth. Big difference. So whatever it triggered, it now made me have a smell that was now coming off of everybody, which I now figured out is people are acidic. And I wasn't trying to hurt the person's feelings at all, period. I just didn't know how to say this was a direct correlation to this. And so now I'm figuring, shit, fuck it. I guess, you just got to tell people that, this is a thing. And so that way they don't now think that I'm trying to be mean or anything else. Because I was never trying to be mean. I was only just trying to say that the reason why, and I said already to people, I didn't want to swap fluids or nothing with nobody, but certain things were already taking place because I kept saying, I told the person this, I'm not supposed to love you. It was a thing. Meanwhile, the person kept edging and pushing shit to the fucking other side. So again, I love the person. I was never trying to be mean to the person. It was just that after I got triggered in all the wrong ways, because again, even the doctor said a form of PTSD, when somebody does something to you and it triggers a bad response. So it was the person's fault, not my fault. I'm not taking accountability for that. Just because I didn't say something that maybe I should have said in a different way. And Dina's right. Everything happens for a reason. So literally it was supposed to happen because guess what? Now I know something different about other people too. Triggers allow us to evaluate within and resolve and embrace truly new changes trying to come to you. And that's true because it ended up being a thing. So again, if the person is listening, because, people be listening, and I'm about to say some shit that pertains to this person, so they should be listening. Excuse me, but it wasn't pertaining to the person. That's the thing. It's way more people. Like, y'all don't realize how connected whatever group that is on this channel is. Like, it's fucking strange. I don't know how it happened, but I'm just gonna fill y'all in. So I ended up telling the energy, I love you. And I wasn't expecting the energy to respond because I honestly just didn't know. Like, I wasn't expecting them to respond. I just needed them to know that is real. So even on the pulling of the energy, please stop, because I don't want nobody in my energy. I want to be in my own energy because there's a lot of stuff that's happening, and I already went through cycles that, and she said, and it opened my heart more. It did. You're definitely right, Dina. It did open my heart more. So again, don't have nothing to do with the energy, and I just want to make that clear because I don't want nobody thinking that was fake. That was never fake. I love who I love. I'm always going to love who I love. But that don't necessarily mean that I have to allow you into my space. It don't mean that I got to allow you to pull my energy, especially when you're doing things that I know you're about to get your ass handed to you for. So, because assignments are assignments and everything may look great and this, that, and the third, but it ain't looking great because the way the person is now looking ain't even the same as when they was even going through shit before. Something is wrong, like literally. But maybe they feel like everything is right. I'm not judging. It's not my place. It's not my business. But I don't want the person in my energy either because I don't want to give nothing to that. Whatever is happening, let it be whatever is happening. Hey, Hadish. All right, so it says, the situation is far from black and white. Things are not as straightforward as they seem. The colors green, black, and white are significant. Green indicates that money is involved, suggesting financial motives or complications, whether inheritance, debts, or greed. Black and white symbol that there are hidden layers to this event, with details lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. Deception and illusions make what appears simple much more complex. The initials are I, A, R, S, K, W, L are tied to this case. And as y'all know, K could be C, so that wasn't there. But as y'all know, the K's and the C's kept being interchanged, and the S's and the C's kept being interchanged because y'all know how people are with these names and whatnot. W could also be M since it's upside down, but take it how it resonates. And I could also be L, so those two things were interchangeable as well because they look the same. All right? Those three words are the most sweetest words I've ever heard. Yes, because I really love the person. It's just that the person is young in their spiritual journey and they have some stuff that they have to go to, and I just don't want that. I don't want parts of it. Like the shit that I'm seeing from the person, they're saying they're having a good time, but meanwhile, the feeling behind the scenes, the energy that is being pulled on my behalf, like they're pulling me, don't feel like the person is having the time of their life. It feels like they're just going along to get along, and I'm not a go along to get along ass bitch, so I don't want that person in my energy. Do with that what thou will, do what you want, but again, I know the cycles that are about to happen, because literally, and on top of that, the person was connected to the collective, but also the person is getting messages that they are get ready to be in trouble for, because they were supposed to be given, but because that person didn't give them, they're now being given by somebody else. But when you don't complete the assignment, I mean, hey, you can be given a lot, but it can also be taken, so you get 10 steps ahead to get 10 steps backwards. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying anything. Whatever they're doing, they're doing. But please just stay out of my energy, because I don't want to give nothing to that. Nothing. So there's also a strong sense that dark practices such as voodoo and Santeria might be involved, clouding the energy and manipulating outcomes from the shadows. It's not just bad luck. Someone is actively blocking attempts to reveal the truth. Multiple phone calls have been made to expose what really is going on, but they keep dropping before the messages are delivered, creating a barrier to this understanding. It's like somebody was calling, but literally they can't get through. The phone calls are being blocked towards certain people. So, like, even if you were to make the call, it's not going through, and it don't make sense. It's also bank accounts being affected, because once I tell y'all something that happened to a bank account this weekend, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Because they're trying to stop you from being able to move your money, or from you even able to move at all, period. So people's finances are being affected from this shit as well. It's weird. So and it's glitches that are happening that the bank should not even be letting happen, but somehow this shit is happening. So the hospital is linked to this mystery, holding secrets or playing a role that isn't immediately clear. It might be where crucial clues are hidden, or where part of the story is unfolding. Grief weighs heavily on those involved, particularly someone who feels that they could have prevented this tragedy but didn't. There's a profound sense of regret and a feeling that they are too late to act. One person feels trapped, knowing more than they are revealing, but is too afraid to speak out. So somebody knows something, but they know also that they could get hurt in the process of, kind of delivering the message or telling what actually happened. Betrayal is central to this situation, with money and manipulation at its core. Someone with spiritual or occult knowledge is orchestrating events from behind the scenes. They understand the truth but keep it hidden, manipulating the situation to their advantage. The drop phone calls are just one example of this. Every attempt to shine a light on what happened is cut off before it can reach its destination, leaving a lingering frustration and desperation. However, this can't stay hidden forever. There's a sense that the truth will eventually come out, no matter how hard it's being suppressed, because the truth is being exposed. Either way, it has to be told. When it does, it will bring major changes, not just for the people directly involved, but for everyone touched by this tragedy. There will be justice, but it won't come without a cost. The unraveling of these secrets will bring pain, transformation, and possibly even more destruction before there's any resolution. This situation is far from over, and when the truth finally comes to light, it will shake the foundation of everything. The people involved thought they knew. This will shake the foundation of. All right, so the unraveling of these secrets will bring pain, transformation, and possibly even more destruction before there's resolution. This situation is far from over, and when the truth finally comes to light, it will shake the foundations of everyone the people involved thought they knew. So meaning, y'all, the people that y'all think y'all knew, y'all don't know these motherfuckers. Like, literally, when shit starts being revealed, it's gonna be like, motherfuckers gonna say, y'all know how people end up being serial killers, and y'all be like, nobody would have ever guessed that this nigga was really a serial killer, because the shit that is happening, that has happened, is like fucking crazy. The shit was making my stomach hurt, like, bad. So there will be justice, but it won't come at a cost. It will come at a cost. So this situation is far from over, and when the truth finally comes to light, it will shake the foundations of everyone the people involved thought they knew. The colors, the initials, the dark practices, they're all pieces of a puzzle that, once completed, will show the full scope of what really happened. Okay, so yesterday, like I said, me and this energy used to do this thing where names would come up, and we would screenshot the names. But the weird part was I didn't realize that beforehand there was more people involved in the situation than, so it was even part of the names. So Imani is a name that came up yesterday, right? Because literally I screenshotted this. So at 12:37 p.m. is when this name came up, right? Adam came up twice yesterday, right? It was home, and also Asia came up yesterday at 12 o'clock p.m., right? But mind you, those names, okay, so then it says James. So James was also a name. Then it was talking about a specific day. So something about 9/14/2023, whatever happened that day. So also, let me see if I can actually pull the names, other names, because I didn't start pulling the names like I should have, because again, I didn't realize what was happening. I just figured that a specific energy was pulling my energy, and it was weird and random, right? All right, so now I get a phone call I get a text message on Insta from somebody that says, sis, call me. Now, I need to talk to you, right? Mind you, I had already wrote all of this shit. So all of this is not even related to the person. The person I'm talking about now. But it was. I didn't realize. So I get a message. She says, call me. And I'm saying, and she said I can say her name because I do have permission, because I had a coaching lesson with this person. So she said I can say her name because literally the way this shit is happening, y'all won't fucking believe it. So Rosalind is a part of the collective. Rosalind is the person, I don't know if a lot of y'all in the collective know that she had a dog that she was going to bring to Georgia, okay? So that's her. And she says she needs to know something, right? So I said, I don't do tarot readings at all, period. I do spiritual coaching. And she said, how much costs? I'm gonna send you the money. She gets the money sent across. We start talking. All right. So as she starts explaining, I tell her that something that she said, I done already posted on the wall about a mother that is not here. But the mother was, I said she's not here, but I didn't say what they were saying to me. So long story short, me and her start talking. As I'm doing her coaching, I tell her the things that I started to channel. So I told her in my phone, I have a screenshot of Imani and I have a screenshot of Asia, right? Mind you, this is all yesterday. Imani is her daughter, just so we're all clear. So Imani resonated with her because that's her child. So I know somebody would think that I would be talking about them. And meanwhile, I could be talking about them. But meanwhile, I'm talking about this lady and her daughter. Okay? So Imani is a little girl also. But Imani is several different people connected, because Imani is also my cousin, Dominique. Okay? So Imani came up yesterday. I snapped a picture. So also, let me see if I can go back to even pull some of the other names, because it was funny how she said, how did you pull Imani but you didn't pull the child's real name? Because Imani came up in my where I was screenshotting, and like I said, me and this other person would be doing this thing where we would be screenshotting what was what and who was who. So also we got 87 is significant or important. Somebody's initials are E, somebody's initials are T, somebody's initials are Q, my initials are T. Somebody's initials are Q, somebody's initials are G. So now this is another thing that I'm seeing. All right, so let me see if I can kind of access to see what other names are. So the thing is, as I'm talking to her and I explained to her how I done channeled something, it was making my stomach hurt, but I hadn't seen whatever it was that she had messaged yet. So we're talking, and so all of a sudden I see smoke. Dreams of Koi, I meant to tell you something yesterday too, and I probably need to tell you, but I don't know if you want me to tell you here, but it was important because I saw it, and so I kind of didn't want you to be alarmed, so I didn't tell you. But when I was chatting with you, I saw something sitting behind you. All right, so I saw smoke. So as I seen smoke, I asked her something about the smoke. She says it's related to my Uncle Kevin. Kevin comes out every fucking reading that I've had so far. And so Kevin would be linked to now her because that would be her uncle. But meanwhile, back at band camp, Kevin was significant to me because of the fact that y'all know who my favorite rapper is. And so it was a bunch of shit that was pertaining behind that. But meanwhile, then linked to the other person was another Kevin because it was the other person's whatever, whatever, whatever. But Kevin keeps coming out in the reading. But meanwhile, again, a person would think I would be talking to them, but I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to Rosalind. So, but I could have been talking to them. You see what I'm saying? Because the reason why I started snapshotting the shit was because the initial person was pulling my energy and their people started showing up. Don't ask me why these things are happening. So the thing is, Rosalind is 219. I'm a 219. The person that has another Imani that was pulling my energy is a 219. Mind you, we started going down the list of the 219s. Something is happening because the names and everything is aligning up entirely too weird. Because Imani, my cousin Dominique, which, you know, it was one of the things I told y'all that growing up, that was the name that she chose, Imani. My name was Jordan. My other cousin Shantae, her name was Duchess. So these are the names that we chose. It was a code name for when we be out in the street and people don't know and people are, you know, asking us what our names is. That was the name. But Imani was the bitch that I think told my ex that I messed with some dude while I was out. So my cousin Dominique, love my cousin Dominique, but at the end of the day, my cousin Dominique also know that I would have beat her ass if I had even remotely thought that she was playing in my face behind the scenes with this person, but I kind of got a feeling that that was the person that did it. So Imani, my cousin Dominique, is the one that sold me down the river to a nigga. And why? Because people be wanting your life for real, but mind you, my cousin Dominique is now circling on my TikTok to right now, and for some reason it's being shown to me very clearly, like, why the fuck is she doing that? She's looking and lurking, but she ain't liking shit. So it's a thing that is happening right now that is strangely weird, but it's being tied too much like this. While I was doing my generational curse breaking at the time, our offer was sentenced to 6 years imprisonment, 2023, 25 September. Well, I'm going to tell you the other numbers that came up. Because again, I'm thinking that it was just tied to one person, but it's tied to multiple 219s. It's weird. So let me see. Can I figure out how this happened? All right, something about the bank is also happening too. It's a weird ass thing. So the banks are definitely a thing. All right, let me see. All right, I don't know if this thing will let me pull the names back. All right, so it's not letting me pull the names back, and I wish it would, only because of the fact that, like I said, I didn't start paying attention only until it was those names, because of the fact that I knew those names. But literally, it pertained to something else. Anyway, so I can't pull the names back. I'm just trying to make sure, just because. All right, yeah, it won't let me pull the names back. So, oh, hold on, let me see. All right, either way, so what happens after this? So we go through, because I'm not going to give you all of her stuff, but we go through the process. I can give y'all the cards that I pulled when it was first happening, right? But not hers. So all right, y'all, I'm having an allergy problem. Anyway, all right, so can't pull that back. All right, so then it goes into like I said, I started screenshotting that. Then it was, I did another thing, and it was talking about today has been such a fulfilling day, and then it's talking about the new opportunities. But 333 was there. Your title speaks it all. Return to the scene of crime, trying to throw you off the trail. Yes, because y'all have to pay attention, because of the fact that whatever it is that you're going through right now is a direct correlation of something that has taken place. So two men, because I told y'all yesterday, two men could potentially be behind whatever's happening in my situation, because what was happening was they were trying to make me look crazy and say, I had a problem. But there were things being done because it was designed to look that way. So when my neighbor called me and told me that there was a man in my backyard, I'm saying, how the fuck would a man get in my backyard? It don't make any sense. So remember, now it's like the cleanup crew, because now we got to figure out how to, because I can't have whatever's happening being seen. And as y'all know, people always return to the scene of the crime. So which one of the people was it? Was it the first one? Or was it the second one? Or is it now? Because y'all know I sat in front of y'all and I say a bunch of stuff that maybe some people that would be looking would not like for me to say. Which would also mean if y'all send somebody to, then clearly I wasn't wrong. But if I had been saying somebody was playing around my house, which I've been saying for a while, it made me look crazy. But it no longer makes me look crazy when now the neighbor sees it. You see what I'm saying? So things being revealed. It don't make me look crazy anymore when a tracker was put on my truck when I'm saying I'm being followed, but the person that fixes my truck finds the tracker. So it's almost being given, like God is clearing up the mistakes that were made where people were trying to say, oh, something's wrong with her, or we can discount her because of the fact that she's crazy. You can't discount me anymore because now it's being shown that these things were done. So how do we fix it so now it's not being shown that we did that? Because some of these things are illegal. Y'all do realize that. Phone tapping or surveilling a person is illegal. You're not allowed to do that. Stalking is illegal. It's a crime. So a lot of y'all were being made to look crazy, but yet meanwhile it was being done intentionally. So who was behind it? And again, I said on social media, so I could have a crazy ass, subscriber or something that basically says, okay, I'm gonna fucking go and do whatever, whatever. Either way, that still is a person that would be doing something. But I don't think that, and it could be, I might not know, but don't, when people like are overly obsessed with you from the beginning, don't they try to make it like they're trying to help you? They wouldn't try to just make you look, try to make you be discounted or minimize your character or something of that nature, correct? I mean, maybe I might be wrong. So either way, so I was talking about being thankful and grateful, right? So I reached out to a couple people even when I said I wasn't going to do certain things, because again, since we're here and I know that we're all a part of the collective and we're supposed to be kind of working together, that I can't just be a certain type of way with people, although I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say and it may be offensive, but at the end of the day, just trust and know I'm still going to do my job the way I need to do it, right? So today has been such a fulfilling and productive day. I've channeled several important messages, aligning them perfectly with the right people who needed to hear them. Each spiritual coaching appointment has been impactful, flowing effortlessly with divine guidance and timing. I feel new opportunities and placements unfolding, and it's clear that everything is happening exactly as it should. Trust y'all intuition. It's important, because I literally told y'all it's going to be people around y'all that's going to tell y'all that's not true. But it benefits them because they don't want you to know that they're lying to you in your fucking face. But meanwhile, these are people that will tell you that they love you. It's going to be people in the collective, which is weird because you would think that spiritual people, knowing that we need to understand how these gifts work, why would you tell me that I wasn't right? Because they're going to try to cover up something that they're doing. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If I said it and it was right, don't tell me that I was wrong. Because I clearly wasn't wrong. I'm watching shit take place. And regardless of whether or not a person thinks they can lie, hide, manipulate, you can't lie, hide, and manipulate. Especially when you're that closely connected in energy with a person. It's not going to take place. Because God is going to show you in multiple ways. Because at the end of the day, I knew that some of them names was connected to that person. I didn't know them names were connected to Rosalind as well. Mind you, Rosalind been here longer than that person was here. I've never got a chance to get connected with Rosalind other than just over the phone. But I'm very much sure if I got connected with Rosalind, Rosalind would probably pull the energy that, because regardless of whether or not you give a person energy, and it's never going to go away, because people can say what they want about the energy. Once you give a person energy, that person is always either going to think about you, something, and it may go away, but here and there, you're going to randomly think about that person because you done now swapped energy with that person. Once they're in the system, they're in the system. It's just a fact. But some people know how to pull on energy more than others. So that's a real thing. So when you're feeling like a person is pulling your energy, you're not no damn fool. They definitely are. So I'm feeling new opportunities, placements unfolding, and it's clear that everything is happening exactly as it should. I'm grateful for this beautiful alignment and excited for the blessing to come. Because I love the fact of us being able to see how the energy is working itself out and how it's playing itself out. What I don't like is that there's people that want to manipulate and fuck around with the energy, knowing good and damn well they're being manipulative and that they're fucking lying. And for me, I feel like that's where I got to say, God, get that bitch, because you see what the fuck she's doing. Because at the end of the day, ain't nobody fucking slow but the person that's manipulating the energy and thinking that, hey, Deborah. So I'm grateful for the beautiful alignment and excited for the blessing. So I'm really thankful for the ones of y'all that come into the chat and that actually swap energy the right way and are, kind of knowing and understanding how, because even though we all don't know how we got here, y'all still are open to kind of confirming the energy and kind of understanding, like, we don't know how we got here. We're all just being pulled in. And whether or not a person, because y'all know the haters help too. So people will hate on a situation, or they don't know like the alignment, or they'll try to manipulate the alignment. Meanwhile, God ain't letting nobody manipulate this alignment, because guess what? The haters fucking help too. So I'm thankful for y'all. Y'all come in, y'all swap energy the right way. Y'all understand that when certain messages are being given, y'all give the message and y'all go on and get it. Because that's the way it should be. Nobody's trying to hold up nobody's energy. Nobody's trying to fuck around in nobody's energy to be manipulative or fucking beneficial, because we all are beneficial people. Because once we all tap into our own gifts and talents and understand how we work and how they work, we're all beneficial somewhere to the plan, because that's how we got here. So when we disconnect from others, it's important to remember that love doesn't end just because we're no longer in contact. Because I don't got to talk to you to love you. Again, I cannot like your behavior. I can also understand that you're not beneficial to the assignment because of the fact you're not doing your job. Because once you are told to do an assignment or to do a job and you detour because you now have other people in your ear doing yada, 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 you don't get to be in my energy, period. So that's the thing. But some people still want to try to pull the energy because they're trying to harness something that ain't even in them to give. They look drained. And that's why they're being drained. Because literally the energy is being tapped and pulled back in ways that they will never understand. Because the energy works in alignment with the other energies. Period, point blank. They can put themselves in alignment with other energies, but they're going to look like they looking right now. Very much different. Very much drained. Very much getting ready to get what the fuck you about to get. So true love exists beyond the physical presence, continuing to flow even when distance or separation is necessary. Because again, I can send love and energy to people, but I also know how to not insert my shit into their shit, because at the end of the day, I love a nigga that I just told y'all just try to do a bunch of weird ass shit, but love is unconditional. So I got to protect myself, and because this is where people will talk about, well, that's a condition. It's not a condition. It's a boundary of mine. So my boundaries are, I'm not going to let you keep trying to drain my energy to benefit your ass. I'm not doing that. Oh, you knew they was looking different. She said, oh, that's why people look different. I thought I was tripping. No, you're not tripping, because literally I sent that picture to other people and they said the same thing. Who the fuck is that? The same bitch we was just talking about. They look different. Shit's weird and random. But it's because of the alignments. So they happy, let them be happy. Either way, I'm going to be over here. Okay? And that's it. That's all. Because I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do, and that's it. And also, like I said, nobody would be pulling my energy if it was, what it was supposed to be. So it's not giving what it's supposed to have gave in no form or fashion. So be mindful that social media is a thing. People will put, their best reels and their best highlights online. Meanwhile, they won't tell you or show you what's happening behind the scenes, okay? So, meanwhile, I don't care, because I'm going to tell you what's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Should be fucked up, should be fucked up. But I can tell you also, I know that when shit be fucked up, it's because of something that I did. And I'm definitely going to get my ass back into alignment because of the fact that I knew that even when I brought that person near me, I shouldn't have brought that person near me. And I'm talking about AM, not the other person. But I had to go through that cycle. So everything was important. Okay? All right. So it says, it can be an act of love in itself, allowing space for healing and evolution for both individuals. Because sometimes you just have to have that space. And when people have to grow, you need to give them the space they need to grow. I'll be more mindful with my energy and my words. I can be nice. I can be nice too. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not gonna let nobody say I'm a mean person. When they don't realize, sometimes it's because I'm being told stuff. Because I tell all y'all, when everybody comes into my energy, I get told something. And I still have to be nice, even though I got told certain things about people. But I still got to follow it out. I still got to the process has to still continue. No matter what, if the person gets sent to kill me, I still got to know that I can either change the energy or we're going to have to play this process out. But I got to create boundaries that says, I'm not going to let you get close enough to kill me. Hey, Joe, how are you? Either way, these are things that we have to figure out. So a lot of y'all better learn how to hear, and y'all better learn how to hear quick, because energies and entities that are coming to devour, kill, steal, destroy, drain is going to play nice with you in your face. Meanwhile, everybody looks like something ain't right. So letting go of a relationship, whether for growth or peace, doesn't mean you stop caring. It can be an act of love in itself, allowing space for healing and evolution for both individuals. This space gives each person the opportunity to reflect and grow, respecting each other's journey. Creating boundaries and stepping away with kindness honors the connection in a deeper way. You can still wish someone well, sending them peace and light, knowing that love exists even in silence. Because I don't have to talk to you to, love you. Because once I love a person, I just love a person. And not for nothing, that person changed my viewpoints on life and the way you can love any energy. And I appreciate that. So it was growth even with that energy, okay? So this act of love, respect, and lesson shared, and the growth that continues even apart. So trust that love in its purest form is eternal, and that by holding compassion in your heart, you honor both your path and their path. So randomly, I might send a person, I love you, because I still love the person. I won't send certain people, I love you, because fuck them. And if you try to hurt me ever in life, bitch, I'll never send you that. But I will randomly send people, I love you. And whether or not a person thinks that I don't love them or not, because I didn't do it the way they wanted me to, I still love you. You can either accept it or not. So rebuke it. But I can almost guarantee you that my love is going to be better than them motherfuckers you hanging around with right now. At least I'm going to be honest with you when they're not. So they just going to blow smoke up your ass and keep you beneficial, and that's it, that's all. So I may say some harsh ass things to you, but at least you know it was fucking real. So there's that. So Grand Rising Pisces Nation. Hey, Grandmaster. That's why I love you, babe. I love you back. So at the end of the day, my love is going to be truthful. And like I said, so I just learned a lesson even with that person as to sometimes you just got to be honest. Don't try to go around the other way to do it, because then when you actually say it in real life, then it's a thing where, you're coming off as the mean person, when meanwhile, all you ever did was protect that person even when their own people didn't protect them. And you still put out messages for them even when their own people won't tell them shit. That's love. Not the bullshit that I'm seeing. So again, people can take it how it resonates for them. So then it talks about 333, because what happened was yesterday, September the 15th, 333, that's my picture. That's what came across my phone. So September the 15th, that would be what, 9/15? That's also 15. So the read in the universe would be 1515. Hold on. Is that right? Hold on. Let me make sure. Y'all know, let me make sure. No, it would be 6. So it would be 6 as the number. All right, so 24 would be significant or important, and then the number also would be 6. So, but it's multiples of 2s is what that would be given. 2, 2, 2, and then the 6s would be 3 and 3. So that would be the 33, which would also be mastery. So y'all mastering the situation right now. All right, so listen. We got to get into this because this shit is long as fuck, I know. But because then we got to go to last night. So it talks about the 3s. 333 is often associated with powerful messages. Here are some common interpretations. So divine protection and guidance. Seeing 333 can be a sign that the ascendant masters and your spiritual guides are around you, offering support, guidance, and protection. It suggests that you are being divinely guided on your path, encouraging you to keep going. This number sequence often appears when you're on the right track. It encourages you to keep going with your goals or life purpose, reassuring you that you have support from the universe. 3. Mind, body, and spirit alignment. The number 3 in numerology represents harmony, balance. Seeing 333 could be a reminder to align your body and your spirit and focus on finding the balance in your life. 4. Creativity and expression. 333 often resonates with creativity, joy, and self-expression. It may be encouraging you to tap into your creative gifts and share them with the world, because a lot of y'all are going active right now. Because be mindful, I told y'all about my body going super saiyan, which is again why we got to get to last night, and this is taking a long time, but shit, it was a lot. This weekend has been a lot. So, 4, creative and expression. 333 also resonates with creativity, joy, and self-expression. It may be encouraging you to tap into your creative gifts and share them with the world. 5, manifestation and growth. This number may indicate that you're entering to a phase of growth and expansion, because a lot of y'all are ascending higher levels. It's also your unlocking, okay? So your DNA. Pay attention, because y'all gonna start knowing some shit and you're gonna be like, how the fuck do I know that? So the universe is aligning opportunities to manifest your desires. So it's a good time to focus on your intentions and aspirations. But also let's be mindful of where you are on the wheel, because the wheel of fortune is what we're talking about, and that is karma. So where are you right now in the phase? So I just told y'all, new cycle, but some of y'all are already in the middle of the cycle. Excuse me. Some of y'all are closing out a cycle. Some of us are beginning new cycles, because new things popping, okay? But if you are in the middle of an ending and a beginning at the same time, tread lightly and be very careful, because if you haven't closed out something and you start something different, I can almost bet in 6 months you're going to find out why you shouldn't have done that. So take it how it resonates, because it ain't no way. It's almost like people like to jump the line, or people like to not go through the lessons because the lessons be hard. Welcome to Earth School. But the lessons have to be played out. You have to go through the cycle. You don't get to just, jump there when you ain't went through this. If you do, I can almost promise you, you will be heading on back in the other direction. So take it how it resonates. I ain't speaking on nobody, but just letting you know, it ain't the way it works, because you need whatever's in that block. So do with that what y'all will, okay? But don't be mad at nobody but yourself when you figure out why and how you went from this to that. Because it's inevitable. All right, so 5, manifestation and growth. This number may indicate that you're entering a phase of growth and expansion. The universe is aligning opportunities to manifest your desires, so it's a good time to focus on your intentions and aspirations. What do you want to do? So this is a good time, even in the midst of anything that you're doing, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, to write the next phase, because you're allowed to do it. But don't think you're just going to jump from here to there, because even if you get fortunate enough to do it, I promise you, like I just said. So 333 centers on divine guidance, protection, and alignment. And just think about your cycle. Every one of y'all can think about your cycle. What cycle have you been on? 10-year cycle, 5-year cycle, 3-year cycle, 7-year cycle. What cycle have y'all been on the Wheel of Fortune? Be honest with yourself, because I literally just went through a 10-year cycle. And this time I chose to stay by myself until it was finished, because I didn't want to insert nobody else into the cycle, because I just told y'all how I went from CT to AM and inserted something into the cycle, and I got my ass beat, because it happens to the best of us, and players fuck up. And I knew better. But I also felt like, that situation really didn't matter. But guess what? It all matters. In the grand scheme of things, it all matters because I was supposed to let the first situation play itself all the way out, but I didn't. I inserted something into the system. It don't go that way. It always ends up bad. Whether or not it be 3 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 7 years down the road, but you just fucked yourself. And I don't know why you would want that setback. So some people just need to learn to stay to yourself and figure out how to fix your shit, heal yourself, and then go into a situation. That would be your best bet. But, you know, who am I to tell y'all anything? So 333 centers on divine guidance, protection, and alignment. It signifies that you're supported by the universe and the ascendant masters are encouraging you to keep moving forward on your path. This number also symbolizes balance between mind, body, and spirit and often appears when you're manifesting growth and opportunities. 333 reminds you to trust in divine timing and the creative power within you as everything is unfolding as it should, essentially reminding you that you're not alone on your journey because you're never alone on your journey. Some of us don't have any choice but to close something out, whether we like it or not. Yeah, but you can add some shit if you want to. Because, you know, you still got free will, so you can go and add another nigga. Hey, Sharonda, you can go and add another nigga or another bitch to the situation. You can go and compile stuff on top of stuff. So even though you're doing what you're doing, you have the opportunity to add or subtract shit from your life. It's like I said, pulling back your energy. Because energy also now, where your attention goes, that's why you don't go look at that stuff. And that's why God said, don't go look at this. Because guess what that does? It pulls your energy back. So even though I'm saying even about the person, I don't want to go look at the person. Because that would be also them pulling my energy back. But they want me to go look. Why? If you're doing what you're doing, do what you're doing. Don't pull my energy at all, period. Leave me alone. Don't look back. Just keep moving. Because eventually it'll just go away. But maybe it won't. Hi, James. Didn't I say James was there? James is right here. So, James, your name came up yesterday, too. All right. So, then the next thing was, we moving on up to Pisces. The truth is being revealed because I did a live last night. So if you haven't seen the live, go look at the live. It was me talking about the same, about the man being in my backyard. Who sent him? Because again, you don't just show up in my backyard all unprovoked. Like, it's not a place that's easily accessible. So save yourself, save ourselves. We have to save ourselves. SOS was a thing. Okay. So, the numbers were 437. There was 33, 333, which I just showed y'all 333, but 33 mastery. So a lot of y'all dealing with ascended masters now, not no baby shit. Hey, Irene. So, hey, Isaac. A lot of y'all, the elevation is getting ready to be super duper major. So it says total watch time 17, 16, 42. 17 minutes, 16 seconds, or 42, whatever that's part of the second. So I don't know if that's what that means. But anyway, what it looks like to me is the amount of time that somebody's watching you, because it says watch time, but that means surveillance to me. But what it also says is you were ahead and then you had to be pulled back in order to jump major steps, leaps and bounds ahead. Because 16, 32, and then 42. So it would be double and more than double and a half, more than time and a half. And then 45 minutes, the whole entire watch time. But then average view duration was 222. So then it has my name there, Spirit Light Worker, but then it says also something finished. So somebody's investigation could potentially be finished. But then there's 9/18 there, which would have been something about September the 18th, or it would just be 9/18. So take it how it resonates for you. But Either way, something's finished and something's done. So take it how it resonates for you, all right? But either way, that was there. But that went up 12 hours ago. Then we have 444. It was again Sunday, September the 15th. It's still a SOS. You're on full power. It's still my face, because it's a screenshot from my phone. And then it talks about the number 444 is often associated with spiritual guidance, protection, and messages from your angels or the universe. It signifies that you are surrounded by positive energies and divine support. Seeing 444 can be a reminder that you're on the right path and that your efforts and decisions are being supported. It's also a sign of stability, balance, and the presence of your guardian angels, encouraging you to continue forward with confidence. 444 in its essence speaks to the message of stability, support, and spiritual guidance. It's a reminder that you're being surrounded by a powerful presence, offering reassurance and protection. And as you move through your journey, this message brings attention to the importance of staying grounded, maintaining trust in the process, and believing in your own strength. It encourages you to recognize the support system around you, whether that be in the physical or spiritual realm. When things feel uncertain, this energy invites you to lean into faith, understanding, and that you're not alone, and that every step you take is being divinely guided. In moments of doubt or challenges, this guide signals that you have the strength to persevere and that you're on the right path, even though the road ahead feels unclear. It's a gentle push to keep going, trust yourself, and to continue building a foundation that will lead to a lasting fulfillment. So then it was saying in your spiritual coaching work, this number might also indicate that the foundation you've built for yourself and others is strong and that the support of the universe is ever present. I was talking to myself because I do spiritual coaching work. And it says this number might indicate also that the foundation you've built for yourself is strong. So we're building a firm foundation, which would also relate to towers and things about that nature. All right, so I don't know why, but as I was reading that, the thing that I thought was, first it was 333, and then it went 444. Okay, so each time it was being caught. The synchronicities are basically given what it's supposed to have gave. So there's elevation taking place. The foundation is being built, and it's being built firm. Okay, so hey Irene said Ashe. Okay, so the other thing that it was given was chakra healing. Okay, so yesterday I wore green, right? Y'all don't realize that what y'all are dealing with is being closely related to where you are. So why are you saying that right now? All right, so what you're looking at is closely related to what y'all are, right? So it says the concept of chakras originated in Hinduism and is prominent certain forms of tantric Buddhism, right? The location, there are 7 main chakras that run along the spine from the base to the crown of the head. Chakras are thought to help the mind, organs, and intellectual function at their best when they're in balance. Associated with other things, each chakra is associated with a color, a shape, a sense, an organ, natural element, deity, mantra. For example, the throat chakra is associated with color blue and is thought to relate to communication, self-expression, and hearing. Some practices may help balance chakras, including meditation, Reiki, yoga, and chanting mantras. Chakras and spiritual energy have not been thoroughly explained in medicinal science. Okay, so when y'all are dealing with certain energies and certain chakras, right? That's crazy. Someone told me to listen to frequency music to balance my chakras last night. Yes, frequency is important. Frequency can actually heal your body. There's a lot of stuff that relates to medicinal medicine that they don't really want y'all, kind of tapping into or kind of knowing, because why would they when it would take a check from them, because they don't get paid for you listening to frequency and it healing your body. They get paid for you to take these pills and shut your ass up. So I made a Facebook post about that, period. So there's a thing, and it talks about the energy. So your crown chakra, purple, third eye chakra, each one of them going into a specific color, right? But your base, root chakra. All right, so orange color. Orange color is your sacral chakra. So somebody wearing orange just look at y'all chakras, because I'm not going to say nothing, because again, I just ain't, but it is a thing related to each chakra, each element. And I had on green yesterday, dealing with heart chakra, okay? So the colors that you're choosing to wear, y'all, are based off of whatever it is that you're dealing with at the time as well, okay? So be mindful, because some areas are, it tells a lot about you and what you're going through and what you're dealing with, all right? So, and you may just like the color, but for more reasons than what you actually know. So at fucking 12 o'clock last night, mind you, that came after that, okay? So I ended up writing this. It says, while talking on the phone, this was 7 hours ago, while talking on the phone with a young lady and her mother, I couldn't help but think out of the mouths of babes, because the wisdom and clarity that came through her words were profound, like she was channeling something far beyond her years. It reminds me that sometimes the deepest truths come from the most unexpected places. And I don't know, 202, it was a number that I needed to look up, and then 214, because that came at the time. So the young girl's name was Imani. So Imani says, you're running out of time. We're running out of time. So it was funny, because it lit my body up, which then it reminded me of the other day. So I'm supposed to be learning something, and it has something to do with music and frequency. So 4 days ago, I was woke up in the middle of the night. It says 4:44 this morning, my body went full on glow mode. It was like every nerve in my body lit up at once, and I felt it shoot down my spine. It was as if my entire body started pulling energy from the universe itself. But the wild part is, I was asleep. My body went into full Super Saiyan mode. So powerful and so intense that it jolted me awake, like my spirit was supercharged. Mind you, as I'm saying this, I'm getting this smell. Again, somebody in my energy. So the first thing I did was call my friend to check on her, to just be sure that nothing had shifted on her end. She said she was fine. Now I'm sitting here wide awake, still feeling my energy pulling, my body still glowing, and I keep asking myself, what was I dreaming? Who or what was my body calling closer to me? As I lie here trying to make sense of it, I start writing this poem called The Darkest Night, because that's what popped into my mind. Curious, I looked up the meaning, and the storyline behind it is even crazier. My body is pulling someone out of the shadows, something I can't see, but I can feel. There's this eerie sensation that I can't shake, like my energy has become a beacon drawing an unknown person or creature towards me. Things are getting crazy, and this is the first time I've ever experienced something like this in my sleep, right? So I wrote that, but I just didn't tell y'all what happened. So what happened was, I was doing something in my dream, and it's been a thing. I said, God fixed it. I attached the picture so y'all can see I'm not tripping. So at 4:44, I showed y'all that I was listening to the Quran for sleep, and then there was The Darkest Night, right? So what happened was, in my sleep, I was saying, I keep telling y'all, I haven't found my voice yet, right? But in that dream, what I did was I hit a note that made everybody go active, including myself. Like literally that's what started to glow. Like I was being taught something because now there's a teacher that is here around, taught something because the note is to make everybody activated. And so that's how it happened in my sleep. I did it there, but it has to be done here. So that's what happened. And then as I'm talking to the child last night, because what happened was the 219s, something about the way our celestial chart is set up is being investigated. So if you were a 219, or if you are a 219, you have been investigated. You're not wrong. Why has something to do with your birthday. And it's a thing because they're trying to figure out what year or what person that is. So it's kind of weird because the way that it was being given, and mind you, again, I'm talking to a child because the child comes out with the Chinese zodiac sign. But mind you, she's a grown woman, but she's a child. And so in the process, she starts to say, because I said Adam came up twice yesterday. I don't know why I paid attention to Adam. But Adam could have been a reference to Adam and Eve. But Adam could also have been a reference to the protons. Atoms, the creation of life. Because when you go through your glitch mode, the major one, it starts to do a thing where it is like you go searching for the creation of life. And again, I'm not going to say too much about it because people will try to fake going through certain things. But I could tell really seriously what people have actually gone through it because they start talking the same. It's a real thing. And so some people will lie. Yeah, it's Adam, but atom, yes. So like the creation, because like the beginning it says that God created itself through a frequency. So if God created itself through a frequency, you can heal yourself through a frequency. That's why I said what she said is not wrong. But again, they'll start saying that you're crazy or that's because it doesn't help or promote the agenda. So if you start knowing that you can heal yourself in ways, that takes away from the money system, and they don't want you kind of, my channel and everything else will start being, well, it's already that, so I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, this is the reason why a lot of stuff keeps getting quieted and censored, because if I teach y'all how to buck the money system, then or if you fuck up the money system, because how is that going to help them get paid? Deborah's saying she's a 219. So there's been several 219s that a lot of 219. So Jessica's a 219, Valerie's a 219, Rosalind's a 219. There's a lot of 219s. I don't know about the rest of y'all birthday. I just happen to know about the 219s because those were the things that I was being directed to. Also, there's something with the 219s with the children. Something about the children, the light children, is happening as well. And again, it may be more birthdays than that, but I just was paid very close attention when all the 219s started flooding into the channel. And then the other part was the 219s are not broke ass, just spiritual people. These are people with professional jobs, real careers. Like, they are very studious people. So it's not like how they would say, okay, well, y'all are a part of this community, and so everybody's, whatever. No, ma'am, no, sir. These are very professional people that have a lot to lose. They wouldn't just be over here and meddling in shit that they don't know unless they were sent in the direction. So that was a real thing. So as the young lady's talking, she also goes into, because once I said something to her about that, she went into the beginning, and she also talked about Lilith. And y'all, the young lady smart as fuck. So something about Sarah. Sarah was important too, and so I needed to look up what Sarah was, because for some reason Sarah gave me a reference to, in the Bible, Ruth. All right, so in the middle of the night now at 12, 1, and 2, I'm up having a conversation with Imani and her mom, and we're having conversation, and she's filling me in on everything that I gave her mom as far as the reading, but also she's enlightening us as to how it was talking about Santeria and voodoo. So Santeria, the patron saint, okay, so I'll go back over that, because literally, y'all, and I know this shit is just a lot, because a lot of y'all been sitting here for a long, long time. Um, so Sarah in the Old Testament, the wife of Abraham and the mother of Isaac. Sarah was childless until she was 90 years old. God promised Abraham that she would be a mother of nations, the mother of many, because I ended up telling her, but it was Alexandra, because again, I told y'all I had a dream that that's what they were saying, but it related to Alexander, then it went into Alexandria, and the reason why our books are this, that, and the third. So all of these things, y'all, some of these stories are really, really stories that are showing us, and I mean DNA when I do that. It don't mean the color, it means DNA. So don't nobody get it fucked up that there's nothing different. All right, so it says, what does Sarah symbolize? The first of the four matriarchs has come to symbolize motherhood of the entire world. So again, I said things being activated, but they keep giving me the same direction. It is, somebody don't want me doing what is about to happen. So that's why they're covering up my channel, the message, everything that has been involved. But literally, they don't even know if it's me. The only reason why I'm being the one targeted for is because I'm the one with the platform. So they would assume that it would be me, because I'm the one that's doing it right now. So it also talks about a noblewoman or a princess, because that's what it means. So it says, Sarah's story teaches us about faith and trust. We recognize through the relationships of Sarah, Abraham, and Hagar that nothing is too hard for God. When he sees, we see his hand in watching over Hagar, Abraham's endurance, and Sarah's submission to Sarah's faith as the model for us. All right, so the spiritual characteristics of Sarah are faithful, beautiful, loving, steadfast, authoritative, caring, submissive, obedient, stubborn, hospitable, fearless, and loyal. So it's so many things that came out even in the process of that, but it was talking about, because part of the reason why some of the stuff is happening is because voodoo has been done over the situation, and Santeria has been done over the situation. So the young lady proceeds to talk about my body lighting up again. Again, it was something about the churches is what she was saying. So let me see if I can find it. Because the reason why a lot of us get cast out, or, it's a lot of stuff that ends up happening. But if you look up what Santeria was, okay, or what Santeria is. And mind you, it says Afro-Cuban religions being an integral part of Cuban society, but I don't know why it took us to Cuban or Cuba, but it's showing a dark lady, okay? Or a dark energy. A pretty doll baby, basically. But anyway, so if y'all want to go look up that and see what's actually happening, because it's talking about how everybody was brought in, like the Orishas and other stuff, but religious freedom violations. But most of what she was basically explaining, y'all can go look up. But the young lady was smart, and like I said, out of the mouths of babes, because this young lady pulled and channeled back to me messages. And like I said, the collective was supposed to be, hey, Rich Gal. So the collective was designed for us to be able to give the messages to each other. Um, Somebody, and normally I never kick nobody out of the collective, but somebody got kicked out of the collective because literally like pulling my energy for one, and then for two, they kind of went against what, and I'm not going to say go against, either way, they were posting something that kind of went into an effect of like hurting us, because a pastor decided that they know everything about what God likes or what God says. And so if you're promoting hate to me towards supposedly your collective family, I'm not fucking with you. That to me says you would try to hurt us as well. And so again, people's energy, it be young energy, but the fact that they did that showed me that because they felt some type of way about some things that I had said, why you being quiet and why you being around here watching shit that basically you don't need to be a part of, because the spiritual or spirituality saved your ass and gave you a grace period to make sure you were okay. But the minute that it was in your benefit to kind of gain something else, you promoted something that went in a direction against us. So I guess that's a thing with people, because these hoes ain't never loyal, ever. So sometimes y'all got to watch the people that y'all be around, because literally it be the people sitting right next to you that be the ones that be trying to sink your ship while you're rowing. And people will do anything to be famous these days, even if it takes sucking a dick for content or anything else. People will do whatever it is, because some people think they can fuck their way to the top, or some people think that like it's a real thing. And so everybody might not want to do the work. Some people think they can just jump the steps and this, that, and the third, and everything's going to be turn out the way that I want it. Not my problem. All I know is I'm not going to be connected to that, because I know good and well, I know I work every day. And I know that spirit can't negotiate. Spirit's not negotiating with nobody that basically, spirit's going to give what spirit's going to give. Like, it's going to be the truth, and that's it. That's all. So I know people think that, oh, it can be negotiated, this, and the third. Oh, I can compromise. I can do. No, no, ma'am. No, ham. The truth is all you're going to get. The truth shall set you free. And whether or not you like the truth or you don't like the truth is still going to be the truth. And so a person can say, I didn't, yada, 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 till the cows come home. The truth is going to be the truth. And if you keep infecting the system with your shit, because some people will not acknowledge their own demons. And I don't care if you have them. I keep saying that. I'm not to be judging nobody. I don't give a fuck if you have them. We all have them. The thing is when you start trying to lie and manipulate and fucking, compromise the system, that's not a thing. So, and we're not going to do that. So again, Santeria was there, Voodoo was there, and we also talked about the beginning, because as y'all know, I keep saying people can write books all they want. I can write 1,000,000 of them. That don't mean I got to tell the truth in any of them. But I got to tell the truth because I'm a person that has to tell the truth. So, but even at the time, it may not be the truth, and you thought it was the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because again, so many people write stuff that is. Good morning, Mr. Steele.
Good morning. How are you?
Amazing. How are you?
I'm doing great. What you got going on?
I'm in the middle of a live that you're on right now.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No need for sorries. We're here. We've been on live since fucking 7:30.
Oh wow. We rolling this morning.
It was a lot.
Okay.
So we still here.
Okay, well I'll jump on.
All right. All right. So So some of the things, and it's funny because it says Santeria is an Afro-Caribbean religion that originated in Cuba in the late 19th century. So 19 again being there. Um, so it would also be a thing where some people would look at it as if it would be a bad thing, but mind you, it is part of our culture, part of our history, part of us. And it may have been the truth at the moment, but then it changed, part of the divine plan. That's the truth. So just because something is said one way, because again, a person can change. That don't necessarily, people have been out of the collective, but then they end up right back in the collective, because Dream took her right there. Her ass was out of the collective, but she's back in the collective. But it's certain things that nobody needs, and Irene said mind games. Yes, people will try to play on, other people's sympathy, but some people will use what they got to get what they want. Ain't nothing wrong with it until there's something wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it until they realize that the ass that they, got handed was their own. So that's another thing. So God will allow people to do certain things and make them think that, oh, I'm in alignment for this, that, and the third. And it could be, very well be at that moment, because that is where you're supposed to be. Everybody is where they're supposed to be. Just know that. Nobody's out of alignment at any given time, because at the moment, whatever you're being taught is where you're supposed to be. But the thing is, you'll know when you're out of alignment, because shit ain't gonna be what it's gonna be. And it'd be funny to me how a bunch of I ain't gonna say nothing. Hey Kevin, listen to Isis Awakening White Magic and Attract Mystical Blessings. Been playing since before this reading. Well, if that resonates with y'all, he says soothing, and it's 432 frequency. So y'all figure out what frequencies align and work with you, and also be mindful of the colors that you're entertaining and engaging in, because some of these are low vibrational energies and low vibrational frequencies, and you got to figure out what frequency works for you, because everybody's not at the same place on the wheel, just so y'all know. But again, back to the girl. So the young lady also cracked the code on the beginning, because she was saying that it was the food. So it was the beginning of a lot of people's spiritual ascensions. What her mother was eating was exactly what I was eating during the time when I was going through an ascension. So I told her it's certain foods that are light foods. And so the thing is, she was eating a light food. And but she didn't even realize she was doing that. But it's the same exact thing that I've been attracted to. So, and it's eating stuff with seeds, because be mindful that everything has to have a seed to grow. That's the way the universe is. You have to start off with a seed, even if it's a mustard seed. Faith. How you gonna start off with something and it don't have a seed to it? So it's also growth. Mr. Still said hello, all awesome rising and blessings. You're right about the frequency music. It doesn't feel right either when it's low vibrational, and period. Because some of y'all will be at a higher elevation and not in this chakra, but also working in that chakra. So it's different energies for each one of y'all that will be healing and that will change. Because again, I go to sleep and I listen to the Quran, because sometimes I don't want certain things in my space. Mind you, for some reason, I'm seeing a energy, but I feel like it's attached to voodoo. It looks like it's like a clown face or something, but it keeps leaning this way. I saw it last night, and now I'm seeing it again. But it's like a creepy, like, clown face or something. But to me, it's almost given like it's being sent, because it's trying to kind of interrupt or disrupt. Either way, y'all take it how it resonates. So I know we've been here for a long time. It's 10:44, and the next reading says, so Pisces, always, people will return to the scene of the crime, where they first fucked up, where they first did something. But to me, it's also letting you know it's a walk down memory lane, because somebody, I told you, Santeria and voodoo being invoked in a situation, but it's being designed to kind of fuck you up, but they don't realize that thing that they did is nothing but an activation for you, because I told y'all the haters help. So it says wanting to make amends, but the lies run too deep. Let's see. So wanting to make amends, which this is wrong, but the lies run too deep. Everyone involved is lying. So also that was, let me see if I can change this, because I don't even know how I didn't even. Y'all, I be typing shit in, and I was driving when I was typing that in, and so that's why it looks crazy and weird. Let me make sure that I did what I was supposed to do behind the scenes. Because, y'all, it's a lot that be taking place on these platforms, and content. But we gonna switch it up, because literally I think I wrote that in a different way yesterday. And so returning to the scene of the crime is basically either for you revisiting something that has been done, or somebody trying to revisit something that they did, which would be the same voodoo, hoodoo, bitch you knew shit that they did before, but nothing is actually working because it's not designed to work. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna save that. We've been on here for a very, very long time. Excuse me. And so probably the 12 o'clock is about to be the same exact way. And because it was a lot that was happening over the weekend, and so there's that. Let's go to the next one. I'm gonna fix the connection. Let's see. I don't even know why I turned that on, so I didn't mean that. But either way, make sure y'all subscribe. So then we're gonna go to, all right, let me tell y'all what the title's about to be, and please just go over there and subscribe. Also, if y'all would like to donate towards the channel, please do so, please, because as y'all see, it helps me help us help y'all. And you can do it through via YouTube, through super chats or super stickers, or you can Cash App. It could be $1, anything that y'all got that would, help and move this thing along. Because as y'all see today, apparently I'm gonna be sitting here with y'all for a hot second because something's happening. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Because we're gonna fix it. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't get fixed. So something was supposed to have gotten fixed yesterday, but it didn't get fixed because clearly it's right here, but I don't know why I didn't change it. And like I said, I was sitting right here. So now let me go ahead and fix it. I was driving when I posted it, but then I came in and fixed it, but it didn't do what it was supposed to have done. So let's fix it right now, and then y'all can go and hit the notification button, because I'll be right back with y'all in about an hour. So apparently this is what I'm doing today, and just being obedient to the spirit. So y'all be mindful and do the same. All right, so there it is. All right, I love y'all, and I will see y'all in about an hour. Athena, I've been with you all morning and just got back from doing laundry. I love y'all so much. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, because literally we've been on this thing like we went in today. I wasn't expecting to be here this long, but it's been a lot, as y'all see, because a lot was written and a lot was posted. So it was necessary and needed to the system. Let me see. So studio, if y'all can see it, I think I'm going to add the trailer that's there. So for the content that is going up, if y'all have any questions, feel free to do so. If y'all, Matter of fact, I want to do something for y'all anyway. Let me go ahead and do one card pulls for y'all. So since we here, because I think I got like 10 minutes anyway. So let me see this. I'm gonna put my Cash App in here for y'all. If y'all would like to donate towards the channel, you can. If not, don't worry about it. But let's see where we at. All right, so upcoming. And it's funny because we didn't have really too many issues today, and that's a great thing. But if y'all notice, not too many people came in to disrupt the system. So it must have been a good energy that was set up today. So I appreciate it. And outside is like a little bit of a wind that's happening. Let's see. All right, I don't know why certain things didn't go to the channel either. So I'm gonna just do that and then redirect here. All right, so either way, the next one is set up. Y'all can go and now hit the notification button so it'll come on, because I know some of y'all probably get ready to get caught up doing some other shit. But we are officially tuned in and plugged in for the next event. But if you got a question, feel free. Notification on, turn it on right there. View your channel, let me go. And if you want a card, ask your question. I'll give you what they say, what shows up. And there's that. And we got 8 minutes down to do this. So is Erin still in here, or Erin sleep? Because Erin, it's nighttime where she is. All right, so all right, there it is right there. Ask your question. I'll be right back. I gotta grab some more tissue. Make it 111 or 222. How about that? For the donation. Make it whatever you like. I don't care, but. Dina, what's your question? What's your question, Dina? You want me to just pull the card? Dina, why do you keep asking the same shit? But okay, let's see what happens. I feel like you don't be realizing you gonna change the outcome of something because you ask the same exact thing all the time, and it's like you don't believe the answer. So do I have anything interfering with my actions I'm making? Does Dina have anything interfering with the actions that she's making? Well, it says your hard work pays off. It's cultivation, growth, and results. So you just gotta wait. Same exact shit. It's 7 of Pentacles. That's investments, time, money, or energy. What do you spend your time, money, or energy on? So you're in the waiting process. So there's also some initials here, EK and H. So take it how it resonates, but Seven of Pentacles. So look up what the number 7 is, and then it'll tell you exactly what's happening and where you are on the pathway. So the number 7 is important. 7, 8, 9. It's like you're 2 steps away because 9 is completion. All right, who else? All right, somebody look like they about to get stabbed in the back, y'all. All right, so we got the Hierophant, which was upside down. Well, damn. A rebellion, submissiveness, new approaches, and personal belief. We got strength upside down, self-doubt, weakness, insecurities, and lack of encouragement. And then we got a Queen of Wands, vivacious, independent, funny, and confident. Isaac, what you just want me to pull a card for you? Kevin said that's why they stay to themselves. Isaac, you have a question or you just want me to pull a card? Dina, for whoever it resonates with, the cards just fell out. What to expect this month? So what to expect this month? All right. So what is Isaac to expect this month? Uh-oh, you got a Queen of Pentacles, Isaac. Isaac, you about to get some money. So practical, business-oriented, grounded, and generous. Or you about to give away some money. So you'll have it to give. It's blessed to be a blessing, all right? So you'll have it to give. All right, Irene, can you pull a card for me? Thank you. All right, Irene. All right, Irene just wants a card. Damn, Irene, they gave you all the cards. So Irene, something about the moon. Everything is not the way you see it. All right. So unconscious mind, illusions, intuition, and somebody's throwing some type of deception. Something about your money, letting go, generosity, overspending, and no control. So you need to control where you're spending your money to and start paying attention to what you're doing with your money, because it's almost like a penny with a hole in it. Money just flowing out all ends and everything else. But I feel like it says no self-awareness, doubt, self-loathing, and ignoring the call. So judgment is upside down. So people could be judging. It could be personal, public opinion, but also it is divine judgment. And it says there's a King of Pentacles upside down, broke, greedy, extortionist, and corruption. So your money's being affected by somebody that is greedy. So they saying you don't see everything. Somebody you are probably loving on or thinking is for your good is definitely not. My ex Daryl is trying to marry me. He is the right one, or should I stay single? Oh, who is that? Oh, that was talking to Irene. Irene, that's my ex. So Sharonda asked a different question. So Irene, everything is not the way you see it. It could be like unrequited love also that is around, because a person seems like they're using you. And so you might want to fix that, because why allow yourself to be used? Sharonda says, my ex Daryl is trying to marry me. Is he the right one, or should I stay single? Girl, stay single. I'm gonna pull the card, but I'm gonna pull you the card, because I just told you about them exes, and I just told you about that karmic lesson that your ass is about to go through. It's all new energies. So if you marry that nigga, In the next 10 years, you're going to be going through something else, okay? And I'm just telling you because I literally just said in the message that I just gave, if it's old, it's a lesson. Figure out what the lesson is. I mean, you can fast track this thing or you could be here again because I feel like you're going to be at tarot for the rest of your life. And I ain't trying to say nothing, but I'm just telling you. So to each his own, you can learn. But man, when you asking about old energies, already tells me you ain't learned nothing. So let's go ahead and give you the card because I'm sure you want the card. But look at this. First card come out already. It's a 3 of Swords. Third party interference. And they lying. So, I mean, I can keep going if you like. They mean you no good. All right? I promise you. And trying to just play in your damn face because you saw that 3 of Swords again and wish fulfillment. You're beneficial to this person, Sharonda. So Sharonda says, my ex Daryl is trying to marry me. Is he the right one or should I stay single? But Sharonda's beneficial for this nigga. So what you say, Spirit? Let us know. Yep, money for everybody. They're King of Swords and it says, uh-oh, what happened? Sharonda, where you go? You beneficial to the person, basically, is what it says again. So, clarity, generosity, employment, and community. So, do you got a good-ass job? Or are you doing better than them? Because clearly you must be doing better than them. Where's she at? Okay, LOL, you're so right. But, yeah. So, I wouldn't do it. Person got a smart-ass mouth. They bossy, and they ain't got a leg to stand on. Megan, you just want a card pulled. Sharonda, I ain't mean to say nothing about your man, because, you know, I don't like when people talk about my man, whether or not they is or they ain't. So, you know, I ain't mean to talk about your man, girl, but I'm telling you, do what thou will. So, you know, remember, tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only, but be mindful. I just told you. All right, Megan. So what does Megan need to know? Let's pull cards for Megan. What does Megan... Megan, they said leave this shit behind. Something is over, Megan. They said abandon the situation or you got abandoned. So abandonment, disappointment, finding a new path, and failed attempt. So something that you are doing is like beating your head against the wall. So they're saying find something, another direction. All right, do something different. Thank you, Sharonda. Sharonda said, you are so real. I like you. I love you. So do something different, Megan. You got to let something go. And they also said, don't cry over spilled milk and be mindful that this too shall pass. Okay? All right, is that it for everybody that was here that wanted a card? So that way I'm going to go in and get for 30 minutes and then I'll be back. I'm going to plug up my shit. It is what it is. Okay, period. All right, I love y'all. Final card. Let's see what it says. Going into the next reading. So what's the card? What's the energy for our next reading? Give us some good shit. What's the card? What's the energy for the next reading? All right. Uh-oh. The Chariot. So we got movement on the next reading. We're going to get some direction. It says direction, control, willpower, and confidence. And then it says, but be skeptical. Because I told y'all the next reading says somebody wants to make amends. They said be skeptical. Apathy, it says negative outlook and contemplation. So be mindful that this mother sucker wants to make amends, but they already, it says everybody's lying. So everybody's lying in connection with this. And mind you, let me let you know, when everybody's lying, it means that somebody done already got tired of being lied to, and now they just don't give a fuck. Because when I start lying, guess what? Bitch, it's just whatever, and I can clearly know that you know that I'm lying, but bitch, I'm going to just be saying it anyway. So be mindful that the next reading says everybody lying. And I explained to you why people start the lying shit. Because they already tired of whatever's been happening. So Pisces, drink your water. Janita, let me give you a card and then I'm out of here. Janita, it says the end of a cycle and the beginning of another, change and letting go. So you got death. But that means that's a fresh start. So something that you need to let go of, something is finished, something is over, okay? So could put done. That could also mean that you could be in the middle of a tower, because when death is here, it's stuff that could be falling apart, but it's ending and it means it's a good thing. Or a bad thing, depending upon how you feel about the tower. So there's that. All right, I love y'all. Thank y'all. Let me charge these phones up so we can be on go mode for the next reading. All right, see y'all soon.